The wind will be a factor. Who has won the flip and what happened?
Well, the flip, I had my binoculars on it, Gary, and the referee flipped the coin. He's right there at the 50-yard line. He flipped it so high that the coin landed at the 45. They had to go chase the coin down to see who won the toss. Seymour won the toss, and they deferred, so they will kick off from the north end, which means they will have the win at the first quarter. Alto elected to take the win in the second quarter. So that's where it stands up right now.
Well, you know, I played with in a game like this. Actually, we got the let's take a quick break.
We'll
take a quick break and be back to Midlothian's Panther Field right after this.
Well, are y'all ready for some football? Well, I can tell you what, we are, because we're ready for the Texas 1A Big School State Championship game here in Midlothian ISD, Midlothian, Texas, as the Seymour Panthers are about to kick off to the Alto Yellow Jackets. Gary.
We are just about ready to go, ready for your Black Bear Realty kickoff. Thank you for tuning into your Pyramid Motor Company pregame show, and it is time for Alto Yellow Jacket football right here on Y100. Again, streaming worldwide on the internet, www.kybi.com, and we are ready to go. Back deep for the Jackets is number 1, Marquise Castaway, and number 8 for the Yellow Jackets, and if my math serves me correctly, that'll be number 8, Mr. Patton Deep. And you'll notice now that Mitchell normally been back in this situation. He is not here for the championship game. Back deep on the kickoff. Kicking off is Hollop. It is a deep end-over-end kick fielded by Gasaway. Nope, into the end zone, and he will take a knee, I think. He's going to run the ball out right side. He's at the 5, 10, and he pushed out of bounds about the 9-yard line. Actually, we got a ball on the ground. He broke the tackle. I think you're wrong, Dave. He broke the tackle after about the 20. He fumbled, and they've got it. 62, that is going to be John Morgan on the fumble recovery. I can't believe he brought that ball out of the end zone, and just like that, Seymour's in business.
Well, Gatsway saying he was down, and I didn't have my binoculars on, but by watching the ball, it looked like he was going to go out of bounds at 10. Instead, he stopped and pursued it, and went out of bounds, and he turned it back up the run and got hit about the 16-yard line, and he went down. They say that he lost possession of the ball, so it is Panther football.
Hollop with the ball. He'll be from the gun. One back to his left. That's Peters. 4 wides to the left, to the right. Hollop takes snaps, gives it to Peters around the right side. He's going to be brought down with a force by Lance Slow. Not much going there. They're going to give him 2 yards and set up 2nd down and 8 from the 18-yard line. Boy, what a bad break. I thought he was deep in the end zone. A bad decision to bring it out, I believe. He got up to the 10. He was hit, fell forward about the 15, and then you saw the ball shoot out to about the 18, 19-yard line, and that is where Seymour fell on it. They've got 2nd down and 8 at the Jackets' 17-yard line. Hollop from the gun. Peters set to his left. Good snap. Hollop wants to throw. He's looking left for his primary target. Flushed out of the pocket, and he's going to be sacked all the way back at the 35-yard line. Coming on the blitz. That's big number 17 for the Jackets, Haggerty, and that's a huge play.
That was huge as Gasaway came from the far side and Haggerty came from the near side. That is nothing more than a good, almost a 15-yard sack, and he had no place to go, but thank you very much, defensive backs and safety. That was coverage there to perfection.
Boy, senior Trevor Haggerty came around the left side from his defensive end position, and that is a huge play. Obvious passing situation here for the Panthers. Should be looking for Zach Harden or Colin Calthorpe, his favorite receivers. Harden split far to the right side. Peters set to the right side of Hollop and rolling right. Wants to run the quarterback draw. He's going to be brought down. 35-yard line. Mumphrey's on the tackle, and that's going to set up 4th down and long. And Dave, you would say it's a punting situation. With the wind and everything, I would try a coffin corner kick.
And it could do that. And right now, I'm really not sure what they're going to do. This is a good question because they're definitely a passing attack. They're definitely out of field goal range. But punting, I don't see the advantage of that.
Well, their quarterback is also their punter. Hayden Hollop is kind of a do-it-all, kind of like Mitchell for the Jackets. Mitchell is back standing at the 5-yard line. They are going to punt it. A little pooch kick. Going to hit at the 10 and take a sideways kick and go out of bounds at about the 5-yard line. Mark it at the 7, and that's where Alto will take over here in the first quarter. The Jackets dodge a bullet. We'll be back for more Alto Yellow Jacket football right here on Y100 KYBI.
Back here in Midlothian ISD as Alto Yellow Jackets are about to start their first possession.
And that's Mitchell around the left side. He's going to have 5-6 pushed out of bounds at around the, we'll call it the 16-yard line. He's going to pick up 7 yards and set up 2nd down and 3 for the Jackets. Good tackle there by Williamson. Quickly back to the line of scrimmage. Mitchell in the gun, flanked by 2 running backs on the right. That's Gasway around the right side. He's back to the line of scrimmage, falls forward for 2. He almost fumbled that ball again, Dave. I know it was a questionable call whether he was down. He was definitely down there, but he's got to hold that ball a little bit tighter.
He does both of them, dude. What's happening is they're letting the ball go as they hit the ground. They better be very careful because the officials, in fact, we're watching the big screen there, as he's stretching the ball out to maybe gain an extra yard or 2. That's where you're going to lose the ball, and that's what happened there. That tackle there by Peters comes up from the linebacker position, made a great open field tackle to keep him from making a 1st down.
3rd down and 1. Mitchell from the gun. 2 receivers split far to the right, 2 to the left. Slot man is low. He's wide open. Snap straight to Mitchell. Going right side. He's going to cut it up. I think he got the 20-yard line. I think that's going to be a 1st down. We'll check the spot. That is indeed a 1st down for the Jackets.
If he marks it right on the 20, which is going to be just shy of it, yep, there it is, 1st down.
We're live from Midlothian again, Panther Stadium, and the wind is ferocious out of the north. The Jackets right into the teeth of that wind. Here in the 1st quarter, we're scoreless with 8:22. And you know, Coach Gardner's thinking, let's run the ball, get through this quarter, and go on the attack. Right
now, the Panthers are definitely stacking the line. They got 4 defensive linemen with 3 linebackers, so 7 in the box.
2 receivers split both sides. Mitchell from the gun wants to throw a quick pitch. No quarterback draw up the middle, and he is going to lose 2 yards. Good pressure there on the interior. That's going to be Newborn and Martin coming in from the right side to make that tackle for the Panthers. I don't know if he made the tackle, Dave, but he actually flushed him out of the pocket.
He did down there, and also the fact that Slagle came in and actually wrapped him up. But I would have thought there Mitchell should have done is gone ahead and sold the pass a bit better. Wait a little bit, wait an extra second or 2, fake the pass. That would make the defensive end stay outside, and then that would open up the middle.
2nd down and 11. Mitchell from the gun. He's got 3 receivers now split to his right side. Wants to roll right. Got some blockers coming on a delayed blitz with Sosolik. He's got room. Give him a 1st down to the 35-yard line. Great blocking by Blake Boyd Thacker to spring.
Excellent. Nothing more than this student body going to the right side, and we definitely have an injured player for the Panthers. That is number 6, and that's very costly for the Panthers.
Well, he is. That's their quarterback and everything. Hayden Hollop. He does limp off the field. I'm pretty sure we'll see him coming back later, but he is in obvious pain, putting not much weight on that left side.
And the Panthers fans over there, which almost got the whole side filled. Great contingency from Seymour coming down here, are just gasping, hoping he will be back in the game.
Mitchell in the backfield by himself, 3 receivers to his right. Gasaway's in the slot. He wants to run it. He's got an alley, but he's going to be brought down about the 36-yard line for a gain of 1. Well, the Seymour Panthers really come up on the defensive side. These 3 linebackers, Ross Peters, Josh Stolik, and Jared Guerrero, have came up and made some big plays so far.
Linebackers are the key to the Panthers' defense because the defensive 4, the front 4, will have their hands full trying to get pressure back there in the back on Mitchell and Gasaway. The linebackers have got to read, and right now, number 40 has been their number 1 tackle in tonight's game, Peters.
Olive not back in the game as of yet. 2nd down and 9 from their own 36-yard line. 2 backs in the backfield with Mitchell. Fakes it. No, he'll give it to Gasaway right side. Gasaway cuts it up. He's at the 40. Breaks the tackle to the 42-yard line. And that will be a gain of about 5 and set up 3rd and 4.
Good tackle there by Guerrero, which came in from the downfield position and actually came from behind. Gasaway was trying to avoid another tackler, and that's when he got caught from behind. He did almost feel like a reverse misdirection play. And he almost broke it free. If it wasn't for Guerrero kicking from behind, that would have been enough for a 1st down. But instead, it'll be 3rd and 3.
6 minutes to go, opening quarter. We're still scoreless again. Alto going into this win, trying to run the football. 3 receivers to his right, 2 to the left. No, they want trips to the right side, and they're going to take a timeout.
Yep.
And that's exactly what Coach Gardner is going to do. We are scoreless midway through the 1st quarter, 5:54 to go here. Alto 0, Seymour 0. You're listening to Alto Yellow Jacket Football right here on Y100 KYBI. Welcome back to Panther Stadium here in Midlothian. Alto ready to go. 3rd down and 3 in motion. That's Gasaway, and that is going to be whistled dead. Thank goodness it was a fumble on the exchange, but I believe Alto is going to be whistled for a false start.
Well, Gary, I'm not sure. Do you think he saw the whistle and he just threw the ball to the ground, or that was actually a fumble?
Very well could have, because the whistle was definitely blown before he got the football. So either way, it's going to set up 3rd down and 8 and take him out of a great running opportunity. Still, you're sure probably going to see a run right here, but 3rd and 8, definitely not as easy as a 3rd and 3.
It'll be very interesting right now to see if actually, because we know that Mitchell has a very strong arm, Gary, and you know, he definitely could throw a little 5 or 8 yard outside pass, or maybe catch a tight end, go across the middle. Let's see what kind of formation we have. We do have Lowe lining up as a slot back over there to the far side.
3 receivers on the right, 2 to the left. Castaway is in the slot left side. He's in motion right to left. They're going to fake the handoff. Mitchell keeps it right side. He got a block. He's back to the 40, 45, 46, and that is just enough for a 1st down. Boy, this Mitchell, Torlandis Mitchell, he is a bull in a china closet. I'm telling you, he runs it hard. When he gets in, he brings tacklers with him.
What a great read. As you sat there and watched the defensive end, as he bit in on the fake reverse on the far side, and he kept it and came this side of it. That's nothing more than just a good read on the defensive end. And he's able to pick up and get the momentum going. And the Alto Yellow Jackets started deep in their side of the field, inside the 10-yard line.
It's a good drive. 6 for 36 on the ground already for Mitchell. 2 receivers down to his right. That's Gasaway in the backfield with him. He takes a direct snap to Gasaway. Rolling right side. He's at the 45. He got a devastating block. Trying to get to midfield. He crosses midfield into the Panther territory. About the 48-yard line for a 7-yard gain. I didn't catch the number on that devastating block. Mitchell just laid somebody into the middle of next week.
He took his legs out right from underneath him. And that's what you like about this offensive scheme that the Yellow Jackets have, because you know, you have Gasaway out there as well as Mitchell in the backfield. You don't know who the snaps will go to, and the other one will block just as good as the other one. And so it might misdirection, it might go sweep, it might be a pass. You just don't know.
Big guys up front, the seniors, Dover, Hudson, and Scott doing a great job centering the 2 guard. The tackles are Moreno and the junior, and Gresham, the freshman on the left side. Mitchell hands it off. Nope, we're going to have another play whistle. Dade is going to hand that off to Lowe over the right side on the 2nd down and 3 call.
Yeah, that would have been a good call. We'll be an offensive lineman. Just start like a step too early. That's another penalty. There's our 2nd penalty of this quarter.
We're going to send it back here in a few more plays to the Langini for an OT out and some instant update from some scores around the state, because there are some big games throughout the state today, Dave.
There are some huge games, and we already know already that Pflugerville is leading Abilene 14-7, and I'm sure Langini will have a good update on that.
Mitchell in the gun, flanked by 2 running backs. He hands it off to Gasaway right side. Gasaway trying to cut the corner. Will cut it up to about the 45, make it the 46-yard line, and he'll be short by about 2. 3rd down and 2.
Great pulling guard there as Moreno was pulling around, leading the way, and also Thacker out there helping on the block, was able to get Gasaway almost to a 1st down. But that's what you like to see, an offensive lineman who actually can run with a running back.
No doubt about it, and you can tell Alto's trying to hurt him outside with their speed, because I'm going to tell you right now, Seymour up front has got some huge guys in the middle, and Alto's trying to get it out on the perimeter. Under 4 minutes to go 1st quarter. Mitchell from the gun. 2 receivers to his right. Gasaway to his right. He wants to roll right side. His quarterback keeper. He's got yard. No! What a hit by Peters at the 47-yard line. He's going to lose 1 and set up 4th down and 3.
I thought for sure he had 5 to 10 yard pickup right there, but where did Peters come from? I do not know, but he just lowered the boom and just dropped him right there at the 47-yard line. Actually, loss of 1 yard.
He lost 1. It's going to be 4th and 3 now. Alto looking like they may go for it. We have not seen Holla, the quarterback who went out on this series, back in the ball game as of yet.
Here comes Moore. Moore's now in the game. One thing also on that series right there, they've got 6 defensive linemen. 4 linemen and 2 outside linebackers. They got 6 on the line, folks.
That's right. That's something Alto hasn't seen this year. They are going for it. Mitchell has it rolling right side. He gets the snap and gets a block. He's at the 45. Cuts it up. 40. He's got a 1st down. 35, 34-yard line. He picks up 11 yards on the carry and a huge play for the Jackets.
Great blocking by Gresham and Moore, and Gasaway leading the way. Again, what a great play call as they were stacking the middle. Don't you know, here's 4th down and 3. I don't think we'll run up the middle when you got 7 men on the line.
Boy, actually pulled the guard, the left side, the backside guard there. Josh Hudson came around, he kicked out the defensive end, and that's what sprung him for the yardage for the first down. And then you're right, Grisham downfield got him the extra yardage. Jackets now first down and 10 at the Panther 34-yard line. Hands it off right side to Lowe. Lowe's got yardage, and that play was whistled dead. Another false start by the Yellow Jackets.
Oh, my gosh. Where did that?
That is the third false start called on this drive. A drive which started back at the 7-yard line. 77, that is Moreno, the right tackle, must have jumped just a little bit early.
Boy, I didn't see it, but the official on the far side, which that's his man, he was wide open to him. And, of course, the wind blowing so hard, you probably couldn't hear the whistle, but the flag was on the field. But, folks, I don't want to make sound bad here, but Lowe, I think, had 6 points.
Oh, man, he was deep into the secondary before he was even touched. 2.5 minutes ago, first quarter was tied at 0. Good news for the Jackets. 3 receivers split to the left side. Mitchell in the gun, Gasaway to his right. That's Lowe in motion. Left to right, pass snap. Gets away from Mitchell. He picks it up back at the 45-yard line. He can't throw it. He's back to the 50. Got a block. Turns it up at the 40, 35, back to the 30, and I think he may have got a first down. That is what you call athleticism.
Oh, my, okay. All right, y'all sitting at home. Let's see if I can best describe it. He's sitting there, and the ball snaps over his left shoulder. I don't know how that happened, but it rolled all the way back to the 45-yard line of the Yellow Jackets. He gets back there, picks it up. He has about 5 yards before the Panthers will all be all over him. He runs to the near side, pretends like he's going to pass it. I guess that slowed them up just enough, and then he tucked it under his arm, ran to the sideline, picked up a bunch of Yellow Jack blockers, and then runs all the way down to the 24-yard line.
Second down and 1 from disaster to maybe a first down, and there's another false start called against the Yellow Jackets.
They're anticipating the snap, and they're moving just a fraction too early, and the officials are all over that.
Well, the problem is you've got the wind blowing, and ladies and gentlemen listening at home, I don't want to over-exaggerate. I would say gusts of at least 40 to 45 miles an hour coming in regularly, and it's tough when you get outside combined with the fans decibels coming outside. It's tough to hear, and they are leaning forward just a little bit.
We saw a family walk in here, and they're on the sidelines there, and they let the little girl, Mama let go of the little girl's hand, and the wind was so strong, it started rolling the little girl 10 yards, and was going to run down and pick her up. That's how bad the wind's blowing.
But Alto now still tied at nothing. Going into this win with 1:50 to go in the first quarter, they have kept this ball just about the entire quarter. 3 receivers split wide side. Lowe is in the slot to the right. Thacker, bottom right. Hand off to Lowe on the end around. He's got a couple of blocks, turns it up at the 30, puts that out of bounds at the 28-yard line. It'll be third down and about 4.
And that was greatly a good block there. Excuse me, I'll get out here in a second. Clayton Scott made a great key block there. If not, it would have been a loss of yardage. Scott made a block there which freed him up. I think he might have picked up 1 yard. Third down and about 4. We are at the Panthers' 28-yard line. This drive started back, I think, around the 8-yard line, 7-yard line of the Yellow Jackets. One thing about it, it's 1:38 left to go in the first quarter, and the Panthers only had it for 4 plays.
That is correct. Third down and 4 from the 28. Mitchell from the gun, and that's going to be another false start. They missed it. Handoff Gasaway right side, trying to get to the outside, and he's going to be brought down about the 26-yard line. It'll be third down or fourth down and 3. But I promise you, Lowe leaned forward on that time. Yeah. He should have been whistled.
They should have, but I think what happened with that was the ball was snapped. You know, everybody was moving. It was kind of a funny start, but the ball was already gone, so the officials let it go. And Gasaway thought he was doing a power sweep to the far side, Gary, and he thought he had a face mask, but the official on the spot there said no, he did not have the face mask. He had it around the helmet. He did not grab hold of the face mask on the back of it, what is called a horse collar. And that's just it's not a penalty here in the NCAA. It is for NFL.
Alto now has converted 1 fourth down already. The down marker says third down, but it should be fourth down and 2 from the 26-yard line. Mitchell with 2 receivers to his right, double ties to the right up the middle. It doesn't matter what down it is. He's got a first down to the 22-yard line. He picks up 5 yards and another Alto first down and 1 more play, and they will be through this first quarter with a win.
And what a time-consuming drive. You would think that's what Alto has got to do, because you definitely know that the Panthers is more of a passing attack, and I would love to see what they're going to try to do. As a matter of fact, on the first possession, they tried to pass, and what happened? They got negative yards.
Yeah, Alto has not even attempted a pass yet. This is one of those drives that just saps the energy right out of you. If you're on defense, you know they're running and you can't stop them. Two receivers split far to the left side, one top, and that's Blake Moore. Mitchell keeps it again, trying to roll out, breaks the tackle. He is in trouble. Going to be dropped for a loss, breaks another tackle, gets back to the original line of scrimmage on pure heart and talent alone, but it'll still be second down and 10.
Great pursuit by the Panthers as they hit him multiple times in the backfield, but could not wrap him up as he avoided them by putting the stiff arm out and avoiding them keeping its legs turning. The only thing about that, though, is he did use a lot of energy on that play, but they still gave him a 1 yard loss.
That is correct. The bad thing is he went out of bounds and stopped the clock, so they'll have to run another play going into this fierce win in the north end zone. 12 seconds to go first quarter. We're still knotted at 0. 3 receivers split wide to the right side. Mitchell will be in the gun, flanked by Gasaway. And it's another bad snap all the way out to the 40. Wait, we've got another penalty. It's going to blow it dead.
Thank you.
And that is a huge break for Alto. Another false start, but it blows a bad snap down in a potential devastating play.
And that was Patton back there. Unfortunately, gotten that snap there. They put Gasaway over there in the slot position, so you might have seen a little halfback pass there, or giving Gasaway and Mitchell a little breathing room and let Patton run the ball. But they're still, if it is against Alto, that is their 5th penalty. Dead ball, illegal procedure, Alto. And that is for 25 yards so far. Each one has been a 5-yard penalty, but that's 5. And it will be excess. What are you talking about pointing over there? Saying excessively.
I thought he called for a full timeout. I know he called a false start, but maybe an unsportsmanlike conduct after that to tack on as well. Let's see how far they're going to mark this thing on. No, just the 5 yards.
Dead ball.
And then there was a personal foul call.
What was that? I didn't even see that.
I didn't see it either. It must have been subjoined. This is the Fort Worth chapter. Referee Mark Weathers, umpire Durwood Manley, headlinesman Rob Ramirez, line judge Mike Lauer, and back judge Don Buckley. And boy, that comes down to 20-yard penalty and backs us all the way out to the Seymour 43-yard line. And it'll be second down, and I'll say Fort Worth to go.
Fort Worth, I would say, maybe didn't.
Oh, my. And still going into this win with 12 seconds. 3 receivers now to the right of Mitchell. Good snap. He's rolling right side. He's going to throw his first pass. Right down the middle. He's got Lowe, but the wind hangs it up, and it falls incomplete. You can see right there. Lowe had his man beat, but the wind knocked it down, and they stopped the clock again. We're going to have to run third down into the win again.
I don't understand that one. I would love to see that play. And the first play with
going
the win.
The other way,
yeah,
correct.
With the win. But, you know, what a great call, man. Didn't think we would do that. If he would have had a little better spiral on that ball. But there again, the wind affected it. As soon as it comes out of the hand, I'm telling you, folks, you look at the flags here and people standing up. They're actually leaning. If the wind was stopped right now, everybody would fall to the left, to the north.
But it's not. Third down, and they're going to actually call it 31 to go. They've got to get down to the 12-yard line. They are at the 43. Mitchell wants to roll right side. This will be the last play of the quarter. Around the 40, hog-tied down at the 35-yard line. He is pushed out of bounds, but that will do it for the first quarter. We come back to the Alto, 4th down and a bunch. 0-0 after 1. We are live from Midlothian. We'll be back for more Yellow Jacket football right here on Y100 KYPI.
Hello, East Texas, as we are here, Alto Yellow Jacket football here on Midlothian ISD, as Yellow Jackets start the second quarter.
And it'll be 4th down, and we will call it about, 25 yards to go. Now, Mitchell is in the gun. It is 0-0. Here's we start the second quarter. Mitchell takes the snap, rolls left side. He wants to throw. He's flushed from the pocket, and I think he's brought down. He gets it away, and they're going to call intentional grounding, and that is huge. They're going to take over inside Alto territory. We're going to send it back to the station for an OTL instant update to the great Lane Geeney.
Looks like they could be headed to overtime at Texas Stadium. It's 14-all between Abilene and Pflugerville just missed a field goal with a little over a minute to go. And in the other state semifinal at halftime, it's Katy 28 and San Antonio Madison 14. Guys?
Thank you, Langini, OT Allen & Son Instant Update, and we are back in action here at Midlothian's All-Purpose Stadium, Panther Stadium, where the wind is blowing at regular speed, 25, 30 miles an hour, gust of close to 50. And here starting the second quarter, it is tied at 0. Seymour will take over at their own 46-yard line after that. Really just a loss of down to 5 yards, so it wasn't that big of a deal.
Not really. And what's amazing stat is, Gary, is the fact that Alto Yellow Jackets had one possession in the first quarter.
That's right. We'll get those first quarter stats for you right after this. It won't take long.
Unbelievable.
Olive is not in the game, Dave. That is number 2, Cade Williamson. Williamson running the gun, 3 receivers to his right side. They're into the wind. Rolling right is Williamson. He's got a blocker. Lowe will come up and hit him hard at the 41-yard line. He's going to lose 5 yards.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now, you see Williamson, he is just not sure what he's going to have to do. Williamson is a junior who is 5'8", 140 pounds, and that probably includes everything he's got with his helmet and everything else. I'm not sure what's happening over there. I need to give him binoculars. Are you looking to see?
I'm looking. Holland doesn't look like he's very interested in coming back in. He ran 3 plays and got lit up like a Christmas tree, all 3. He's looking for something else to do. Where's the basketball? Williamson now from the gun. He wants to throw, rolling right side into this wind, and that is not even close. It'll be second down and 13. He was intended for the main man, Zach Harden, out on the right side, 60 receptions, almost 900 yards and 8 touchdowns. But into that wind, it was not even close.
That is going to be a very dangerous pass today, and I'll tell you why. With the wind like it is, it's going to slow that pass up. Defensive backs, all you got to do is stay with your man. As soon as they take the cut in front of him, the pass is going to be there. It's going to be 6 points the other direction.
Third down and 13 now from their own 38-yard line. Williamson with the ball rolling right side. Throws it deep, but it's going to be picked off. Oh, no! Almost picked off. I take that back. That was the deep man that covered number 8, Devon Patton. He had it in his grasp, but he just dropped it.
He had it in his hands. He went up, walking back. He's going back, turned around. Here goes the pass. He turns around. Still his momentum was going backwards. He goes up. His hands get on the ball. He drops it. His foot comes up, kicks it out of his hands again, and the ball falls incomplete.
So Williamson now will punt. He's also the backup punter, standing in his own 35-yard line into the wind. Good snap. Kick is up, and it is going absolutely nowhere.
Lost
it
yardage.
Looks like a David McKelvin gap wedge. Shank to the right side.
Got backspin.
I think he loses 6 yards on the punt. I don't know if I've ever seen that.
It takes years of talent to be able to hit a shot like that.
I mentioned to y'all I played in the 1990 championship game, Crockett against Vernon, right up here at Euless Bedford at HEB Field, and it was just like this. The wind was blowing, 50, 60 miles an hour. It was raining.
Yep.
It was snowing. It was sleeting, and we got same thing happened to us. Seymour's happening right now. You get into that wind, and before you know it, you're too far gone.
That was just, I cannot believe. That's just horrible. They end up losing yardage.
They
on the
lost
punt.
6 yards on the punt. Mitchell now with the wind at his back, still at 0. Hands it off right side. Gasaway got a hold. He's at the 35. Brought down about the 31-yard line. He'll pick up 8, and that's his biggest gain of the day. And he comes up limping a little bit.
Yeah, he is. Hard tackle there by number 52. That's Guerrero. As he slung him around, Gasaway came and landed on his, looked like his right ankle, and he's trying to walk it off right now. He's not limping, but you can tell he's a little bit sore.
Staying in the game, still tied at 0, 10-20 to go second quarter, second down and 2.
He just told Mitchell to keep it.
Mitchell, 13 rushes for 74 yards in the first quarter. He's in the gun, 2 receivers to his right, 2 to the left. Mitchell wants to keep it over the left side. Oh, he's got big yardage.
Yes,
give him the 30. If he can get outside, he cannot do it. He breaks the tackle. Can he get back to the first down? Yes, he will, I believe. Boy, it closed up. Williamson came up from his safety position, made a good leg, but it looks like Mitchell has enough for a first down.
Well, Williamson, who's the backup quarterback, actually does a pretty good job as a defensive back. He's the one that made Mitchell go expand it on out more to Alice bounds. I'm not sure if it's going to be enough for a first down or not. They're marking it right at the 29-yard line.
He puts the red cashing on him and says first down.
First down. I met him once.
I'm sure you did.
He did. He actually signed my official book.
Well, some people talk to the big men, and you talk to Red Cashin. Mitchell back in action, hands it over to Gasaway, and he is going absolutely nowhere. Check that on the run is number 7, DeMarcus Griffin, and he's going to be brought down for a 2-yard loss.
That Studer made a great tackle as he wrapped up. I tell you, these Panthers are pretty impressive right now. They're not quite as fast as the Yellow Jackets, but they are faster than the 2 teams we played already in the playoffs.
Well, they're big. Last week Granger was bigger, but they were slower, and you could see that. This week, the Seymour team is big, and they can run. 2 receivers split for the left side. Thacker now the wide man left. Mitchell from the gun. Fakes the handoff. He wants to throw to Thacker, and Thacker has it in his hands, and it could be caught.
Yes.
On a carom down at the 15-yard line. Haggerty may have brought it in. Thacker had it. He picked it up with his foot. The Seymour coach was saying it hit the ground, but the officials are not agreeing with them.
That ball never touched the ground. Mitchell throws the ball to Thacker, doing about 10-yard and in. He hits him in his hands. He bobbled it a couple times, being tackled. It hits him on the shoulder. Then spun around. His knee hit it, kept it in the air, and then a Panther touched it, and then 7 comes in and catches the ball.
Mitchell on the snap, rolling right side. He's got yardage again, getting the corner down to the 10-yard line. He picks up 6. That goes down as a 21-yard reception on the carom. It was a great pass that hit Thacker right in the hands. It just went off, and a couple of caroms later, Griffin comes down with it for the 21-yard reception. That's a big play.
Yeah, I could not get Griffin's name out. I apologize on that. But I'm telling you right now, the defense is doing very well for the Panthers. They're stringing the sweep out. They're pushing and using the sideline as an extra defensive player. And what we're going to do is pretend to go outside and then cut up and go behind.
8 minutes, 30 seconds to go here before the half. We're still knotted at 0. Mitchell from the gun, Gasaway to his right side, hands it off to Gasaway going left. He's got a big blocker out front, and that's going to be going in for the touchdown, but I do believe it's going to come back. Moreno pulled outside. I think I saw a hold.
Yeah, there's 2 flags on there, and one of the Panthers just got pulled down from behind. It's a loose back would be marked about the 10-yard line, which is the original line of scrimmage, so it will be moved back 10 yards. It will remain second down.
Holding is the call against Alto. It was a great block, but Moreno made a block on another guy, and it looked like he kind of pulled. He took 2 down at the same time. It looked like he pulled the other one. Who would have made the tackle, and that brings back the touchdown. Not only that, it'll make it second down and about 15. They got to get down to the 7, and the ball will be out at the 20, so it'll be second down and 13.
But one thing I definitely like while I'm sitting here is that Gasaway is not limping anymore, so he seems to be okay.
Well, that's the good thing about having cold weather, to make those injuries kind of hold off to the next week. And again, state championship this just in, there is no next week. 3 receivers to the left, nobody right side. Mitchell keeps it, rolling right side, cuts it up. He is very close to it, actually down to the 11-yard line. That's on the far end of the field. He picks up 8, but it'll still be third down and about 6.
That's what I was talking about, Gary. In fact, look like he's going to do a sweep, make them go lateral, and then cut it back, because he knows when he's going to cut. The other guys have to respond to it, and they're not quite as fast. So start watching Gasaway and Mitchell. Look like they're going to go the outside and then cut it back.
Here we go, third down and 7 from the Seymour 13-yard line. Still knotted at 0. 7:40 to go, second quarter. Mitchell in the gun, rolling right side. He wants to throw. He's got a man down the seam. Touchdown, Alto! He hit the man right down the seam. That is number 20, Jared Moore, and the first score of the game goes to the Jackets.
18-yard pass, Mitchell to Moore. Moore in the slot position. They had 2 running backs. You had Mitchell, and you had Gasaway and Griffin to the right. Looked like it's going to be one of those power runs, and the Panthers thought that. Moore slipped behind the linebackers as a little post pattern, and the pass was right there in the numbers.
Boy, you're right. He bit on that play fake, and Moore slipped right behind him. Chris, the snap is not down. It's a botch snap, and he's going to be brought down hard by number 57, Blake Slagel, and it will remain 6-0. But Alto is on the board. 7:41 to go in the first half. Alto 6, Seymour bullet. We'll be back with more here from Midlothian right after this.
Back here at Midlothian as the Alto Yellow Jackets just threw an 18-yard pass from Mitchell to Moore to lead the Seymour Panthers 6-0.
Getting ready for a Black Bear Realty kickoff here. Alto strikes first 6-0 with that 13-yard pass. 2 more, as the big man David McKelvin said, and we'll be kicking off from the 40-yard line with the wind at our back as Chris Haggerty. That'll be Griffin. I'll get it right. Griffin will kick off. Good kick, end over end. Fielding it back at the 10-yard line. That is not Hollop. Number 40, Peters, in the game, and he'll be brought down about the 24-yard line. You know, another problem here with Hollop on the sideline. It affects just about everything, as that's their best player, and he's out of the game.
He is. And Gresham made a great tackle. Peters was able to run it out to about the 24-yard line. But this is the third possession, and so far they had to punt it twice, and one of their punts was a negative 6 yards, which set up our scoring drive.
Williamson, the backup quarterback, will be from the gun, as Seymour is all the time. Peters is set to his right. His favorite target is Harden, split far right side. Into the wind, 7:30 to go here before the half. Williamson hands it off to Peters around the right side, and he is hammered back at the 20-yard line. And it just seems to me Clayton Scott there on the tackle, the reigning All-State MVP, defensive MVP from 1A football from last year. I think they're in the playbook right now of the Panthers.
Well, thank you, Gasaway, for coming in there disrupting the pattern on that run, because he was trying to avoid Gasaway by doing that. That just allowed Scott to come in there and just clean up.
Second down, he only loses 3. They give him a little forward progress. Second down and 13. Williamson from the gun. He wants to pass, looking right side, and again, not even close. Second to be third down. And to his defense, their starting quarterback, Hayden Hollop, who has accounted for almost 4,000 total yards, 41 touchdowns, got sacked on the third play of the game. He's over there limping with a gimpy knee. He has not returned since.
I'm trying to find him right now.
He's right over there, the farthest man this way.
I see him now. Yeah, he's got his
right knee.
Yeah, right knee. Yeah, he's trying to put weight on it, and he's just not able to do it.
So third down and 12. Williamson from the gun. Peter set to his left. Good snap. He fakes it, wants to roll right side. He wants to throw flush from the pocket. He's in all kinds of trouble. Finds him on the right sideline. It is caught. Big play for Seymour. Out across the 40. That's Peters across the 50-yard line, and by far the biggest play of the game for the Seymour Panthers. A gain of about, 25 yards.
Mitchell went from Mitchell. I'm telling you, Peters is an athlete. He's their middle linebacker. But also there's a flag way back here at the 12-yard line. That's their first of the game. It has to be a holding call. And, boy, that is a heartbreaker.
That is a killer, because that would have just changed field position. Field, got it going for Seymour, but it looks like that play has definitely come back. The flag is on the 11-yard line. It's only going to go down as a 10-yard penalty, but in reality, it could be a penalty that ends up costing the football game.
Unbelievable. Oh, what a heartbreak, because Williamson finally made something positive, coming in and filling in the quarterback position. He made a great avoid of being sacked. Found his third receiver in the sidelines, made a great pass to Peters, and, boy, it all came back.
Third and 23, back at the 11. Fakes the handoff, rolling right side, wants to run the screen. It's snuffed out. There's a fumble in the end zone. Ball's on the ground, kicked out of the end zone. Safety. Alto will get it, and I told you that was a big holding play. He tried to roll right side. It looked like it was number 7, DeMarcus Griffin, knocked it away. They kicked it out of the end zone, and Alto's going to not only get the safety, David, but they're going to get it back in great field position.
It was, and again, Gary, not taking any thunder away, but the heads up is the running back there, number 40, Peters. As he came back there and saw the fumble, he went out there and actually, before Griffin got there, actually kicked the ball out, or actually pushed it out of bounds, and avoided a touchdown for only 2 points. So, smart play by Peters and running back for the Panthers, but boy, what a great defensive play by the Alto Yellow Jackets.
Great play. We'll go back to the Lango after this kickoff for an OT on the Sun instant update. And now 8-0, your new score. And again, they'll have to kick off from their own 20 into this win. And you got to think if Alto doesn't run this back, they're going to get great field position with this kick. I mean, I'd be surprised if they're not starting up in Seymour territory.
I'm not sure how they're going to have to kick off, because they definitely can't punt, because the punter was the quarterback, and his leg is hurt. Now, he's still standing up on it, but he's still not been able. I'm still watching. He's trying to put weight on that right leg, and he's favoring it. So he might be able to come back a little bit in the second half, but right now he cannot put. Look at him. Yeah, he can't do it.
He's done.
No, he's done.
They're going to kick it off from the 20. Calthorpe will be kicking off. Deep back for Alto. That'll be Mitchell, and number 8, that'll be Patton. And they're Standing at their own 40, I think that's way too deep. I don't see how this kid into this win can get it that deep. I know you'd never say an onside kick from your own territory, but let's make sure nothing goofy happens here. And the wind blows the ball off the tee. The wind is blowing briskly, to put it mildly. It wouldn't be a day that I'd want to be on the golf course.
No, I played. Oh, that reminds me. I'll tell you something. I played the Wichita Falls State Championship in 1979.
Yeah, I was 3.
Yeah, and the wind was blowing this hard. I'll tell you about here in a second.
Kickoff is not very good. They're just going to fall on it and cover it up at the 41-yard line of the Seymour Panthers. Let's send it back to the station for an OT out and Son instant update with the great Langini.
Okay, we can tell you that in overtime it was Pflugerville winning 20-14 over Abilene. In the third quarter, 35-14, Katy is leading San Antonio Madison. And at SFA right now, in that big Class A Division II semifinal game, it is Maud 14, Bremond 7.
Thank you, Lane. Go, Maud. I got Bremond winning the state championship. They're pretty much going to win this game to get that done.
Yep.
Here we go, 6:28 to go, second quarter. Mitchell from the gun, and they'll be looking to strike quick here. You can sense it. 2 receivers to the left. He wants to throw. Thacker's open right down the center of the field. Throws it out wide. He was intended for number 3, Green, but it was a little bit wide. It'll be second down and 10.
Well, you know, Green was open way early, but Mitchell, as he rolled out, was waiting to see what Thacker was going to break free or not down towards the end zone. He was waiting to see that happen, and it didn't look like he was going to open up as much as he wanted to, so he went back to Green, and he just overthrew him, and he had to make an adjustment with the wind there.
No doubt about it. Second down and 10 from the Seymour 46-yard line.
Thacker's on here on
Check that 41-yard line. Thacker now at the bottom side right by the Alto pit. Mitchell takes a good, no, that's direct to Gasaway, rolling right side. He got a good block. He's at the 40, cuts it up, trying to reach down to the 35-yard line, and he will. He'll pick up 6 yards. It'll be third down and 4.
I'm telling you, who the player is for that Seymour Panther team is Peters, number 40. He's the only one that's shown a little speed and aggressiveness. Right there, he's the one that actually kept that from breaking free again.
Yeah, 55 to Solik, the middle linebackers, made some good plays as well for the Panthers. But it's going to be third down. Actually, they marked him out of bounds at the 36-yard line, so they only gave him 5 yards. It'll be third down and 5. 4:45 to go here in the second quarter. Alto leads at 8-0. 2 receivers split to the left. Down bottom side is Green. He's the lone split to the right side. Handoff, Gasaway up the middle. Just turning those legs inside the 35. I think he's got the 33-yard line for a 3-yard gain and another fourth down and 2.
Interesting call. That's the first time I actually seen Gasaway just go up there behind the lineman and not really look for an opening. He's just going to follow their lead. Brings up fourth down, a long 3. And normally he kind of looks around and see an opening and then cuts it left or right. That time he just followed.
He followed Dover, and Scott Moreno on the right side picked up 3 yards. But still going to be second down and a long 4th down. They've already converted 2 4th downs here in the first half. Under 5 minutes to go in the half. Mitchell from the gun. Gasaway set to his left. He's going to hand it to Gasaway around the right side. Gasaway cuts it up. He's got a first down. Inside the 30, down to the 27-yard line. Another gain of 6 and another first down for the Jackets. And, boy, he's getting up slow every single play, Dave.
Copeland came in from the defensive back position and would have had him and have been short of a first down, but instead Gasaway turned his afterburners on and ran past him and dove about 3 yards and brought it all the way down to the 28-yard line of the Panthers. So first, and here we go.
Ninth rush of the game for Gasaway for 35 yards. It'll be first down and 10. Mitchell from the gun. Keeps it. Rolls right side. That's a holding flag. I saw it from here. I don't know what's going to happen. Nothing goes on. He's stacked back to the 29-yard line. But that was a definitely holding against Moreno. I mean, I've seen people go to jail for less than that.
I mean, who in here did not see that holding call? Oh, that was horrible. Offensive holding. If he move back 10 yards. But you know what? They might not. Nah, they're going to move him back. I'm
going to see if Executive Director Stephen Yates can update those stats. Yes, he did. That is 10 rushes for 36 yards for Gasaway. I apologize. Boss man keeping great stance over there. We sure appreciate all of his hard work.
I'm here for you, partner.
No problem.
State playoffs.
Second, it'll be first down and 20 after the holding penalty. Alto will come to the line. Two receivers split far to the left side. Bottom side is Green. Mitchell takes the snap. He wants to throw. And another penalty that's going to go against the Jackets on a false start. And that's going to be their 6th of the game.
Yep.
That was referee Mark Weathers with that call, Dave.
It is. And that time we have, they call him 55. I guess they call it Scott.
Maybe double. Oh, that's the right guard.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40 yards and penalties right now. 7 penalties, 40 yards.
Well, they had a big penalty, too.
Yes, they did, and it was very costly.
It was costly. We will be under 4 minutes when this ball snaps in the second quarter. Alto, the home team, and they will have the ball in the third quarter, leading at 8-0. It's first down at 25, back at the 42. Mitchell with 3 receivers to the right side. He's rolling right. He's got Green in the flat, but he overthrew him, and it'll be incomplete.
He needs to hit that a little quicker. I think he's waiting too much. Right now, of course, the wind is definitely a factor, and the balls right now are being overthrown. He needs to let it off a little bit. But Green was open way, way early, and he needs to go ahead and hit that.
Mitchell 67 rushes this season, or excuse me, 67 passes. He's completed for 115 attempts, 1,600 yards, 17 touchdowns. But where he's been devastating, he's been on the ground, 156 rushes, almost 1,100 yards, and 23 touchdowns. If you do the math, that's over 40 touchdowns of total offense for Mitchell. I would imagine the number 1 candidate for the All-State player in 1A. Mitchell wants to throw deep. He lobs it right side, going for Green, and Green had it, but he was hit right at impact. Number 52, Jared Guerrero. Alto wanted a little pass interference. If you had face guarding in the high school ranks, it would have been a call, but they don't. I think he was pretty much right on the money on his timing.
Timing was pretty close. Of course, the Alto fans thought he got hit too early, but I think he actually timed it pretty well. But great defensive scheme there by the Panthers, as 52 Guerrero is a defensive end, and that time he actually went out in coverage. So that they're moving him up as a defensive end or moving back out as the outside linebacker.
Coming up at 3:38 will be your Austin Young State Farm Insurance halftime show. Stay tuned for that. All your stats and scores from around the state. Rolling right side, Mitchell now third down and a bunch. He's got flushed out of the pocket. Retreated back to his own 40. There's a great block, another good block. He's got a man wide open downfield. He throws it for Thacker, and he overshot him. Boy, he danced around a long time. Thacker was so far open, they just forgot about him, but it falls incomplete.
Oh, the wind. The wind.
It was just so far open. It was one of those things you see in the movie. Don't throw it to, he's wide open. Yeah. Don't throw it to Stoney. Not saying that Thacker has Stoney because he's got great hands, but boy, he was wide open down the left sideline.
And Moore was cutting across about 15 yards downfield. That's when you heard me saying he's open, he's open. I thought Mitchell was going to see Moore cutting across because he was running parallel with him. Instead, he saw Thacker down there about the 5-yard line.
Alto will punt. Mitchell standing on his own 45-yard line. Trumping back is number 80 there on Copley. And it's a high. Boom. This is going to go through the end zone, no doubt about that. Yeah. Almost got a fade down there. She wasn't paying attention. But it will be first and 10 for the Seymour Panthers when we come back. You're listening to Alto Yellow Jacket Football right here on Y100 KYBI.
Back here at Panther Stadium in Midlothian, Texas, as the Alto Yellow Jackets just punted their second possession away to the Seymour Panthers, as the score is Alto 8, Seymour 0.
Williamson takes it around the right side, and he's going to be brought down again. Humphreys brings him down on the perimeter. I know it's from the nose tackle position, but he made great pursuit, brought him down for a loss of 1 yard. It'll be second down and 11. Quickly back to the line of scrimmage, second and 11. Williamson takes the snap, trying to roll right side, and there's just nowhere to go. He is hammered from behind. Woo! Clayton Scott just planted him like a row of turnips.
I'm going to count that as a sack.
Wow, another flag on the field thrown from the deep umpire.
Uh-oh.
Let's see what the flag is.
Yeah. Well, I see Patton's living off the field right now, too, and he's not happy. He wants to stay in, but the coach is pulling him off.
Yes, he is, and it is going to be a chop block called against Seymour.
Wow.
And that's going to back him up even more. We talked about this is only their third possession, Dave, and they are, I would say, close. I hadn't kept their offensive stats, but at least close. They don't have positive yardage. They haven't had a positive play yet.
Well, they had one, but it got called back by that penalty. It's that little pass in which Williamson was avoiding a sack, and then he threw it over here to Peters. Peters ran all the way down and actually got inside the 45-yard line on the Yellow Jackets, but it got called back for a holding call.
Well,
and then the very next play was safety.
They may have declined the penalty.
I think they should.
And they will, so it'll be third down and about 12. I think he lost another yard on that one. You know, the running plays, it really killed him when their quarterback Hayden Hollop, who's accounted for over 4,000 total yards, 43 total touchdowns. When you take him out of the game, it really curtails what you're trying to do. 2:33 to go here in the half. Williamson from the gun, two receivers wide to the left, two wide to the right, 3rd and 12. Peters set to his left. Handoff to Peters, falls on the ground. Peters will fall on it, but it's going to set up 4th down with 2.5 minutes to go, and I imagine Alto will take a timeout. Somebody stop the clock, and it is Alto. We'll take it with them. Alto leads Seymour here in your 1A state championship game, 8-0, 2:30 to go in the second quarter. You're listening to Alto Yellow Jacket football right here on Y100 KYBI.
Hello, East Texas, Midlothian ISD Complex here at the Alto Yellow Jackets are taking on the Seymour Panthers. Alto leads the Panthers 8-0. Gary.
Yes, they do. Are doing a great job. I got to send one little shout out. The Blonde Bombshell back in L-Town is listening in. Say what's up, Mama.
What the? Oh, yeah, I'm sure she loves that.
4th down and a bunch. We'll call it 16. Williamson punting from his own 5-yard line. They've been down there the entire game. Good snap. The punt at this time not good, but at least it'll be positive yardage. Takes a great Seymour bounce, and they're going to get about 18 yards on that punt. I don't think they'll be auditioning for any NFL jobs coming up on Sunday in these punting departments.
Yeah, the hang time is not that good either. I mean, the wind knocks it down, but it's better than his last one. You know, last one went -6.
Well, with all the points they've scored this year, they probably hadn't to work on the punting too much. And you got to be honest, they lost their quarterback on the 3rd play of the game. Hayden Hollop went out of the game. He's over-limping, not putting much weight on that right leg.
Nope. And
that's just, you hate to see that happen in a championship game.
You do. They're averaging 30.5 points a game. They scored over 391 points. First downs and yardage rushing. You know, they have over 2,500 yards in rushing and over 1,700 yards in passing.
Here we go. That is Haggerty in motion, rolling right side, and direct snap to Gasaway. He'll cut it up at the 30 and brought down hard. Peters hits him hard, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
A lot of speed by these Panthers, and the Yellow Jackets are having to adjust to that. Normally, it's the other way around. The other team is having to adjust to our speed, and right now, our sweep is not opening up like it used to. So look for a little bit of accommodations and different changes at halftime.
Actually, they're going to mark him down, and he must have went down to the 32-yard line. He picked up 5.
Yep.
Mitchell in the gun. He's got 3 receivers to his right. Griffin is the slot man. Gasaway in motion. Fakes the handoff. He wants to go to Thacker. Down the sideline. Oh, right in his hands, and he cannot come away with it. He was behind the defenders. Great pass by Mitchell, but it falls incomplete.
All right, folks, it's going to be dangerous. You're going to watch the scoreboard light up if Mitchell gets control and feel this win. And that time, what a beautiful pass as he throws it right over the defensive back, and the safety coming over from the midfield. He laid it right into Thacker's hands, and that is something you just normally don't see. Thacker dropping the ball.
No, you sure don't. Thacker on the season doing a great job. He leads them in catches with 14 for almost 500 yards and 7 touchdowns. 3rd down and 5. Mitchell now wants to roll the quarterback keeper. Going right, and he is brought down by his own man. The big man, number 7, Caleb Calthorpe, gets up and talks a little lip, but it was actually the Alto Yellow Jacket receiver that brought down Mitchell.
Yeah, he should have cut it up. Did you see that hole? Right about the midway point as he sort of runs to the right. There is a hole big enough for 18-wheeler to run through. I thought for sure he's going to cut it back and go against the grain. It would have been 6 points there, but he was determined to make it to the outside, and he got walloped.
4th down and 1 from the 32. They're going to go. Under a minute to go here in the half. Mitchell, direct snap, goes right side. He's got the first down. He's got more. He needs to try to get outside, but he will not get out of bounds. He's brought down at the 27-yard line or 22-yard line, and he picks up about 6.
Well, the coaches over there on the Panthers side are going ballistic because they're saying, again, the Yellow Jackets are anticipating a snap, and they're moving too quick.
Well, they're not moving the backfield. They're just kind of leaning.
They're leaning. That's still, they can't.
First down and 10 from the 23. We got 50 seconds and counting. Mitchell, direct snap going left side. He's got Gasway blocking. Trying to get outside. He's inside the 20. He's brought down at the 15-yard line. There is a flag on the far side. You think it's holding. We will see. Stops the clock with 40 seconds going to half.
Yeah, it's going to be a holding call. The wide receiver on the far side. Didn't see what number it was. It doesn't matter.
You're exactly right. Holding's going to bring it all the way back.
Just behind the line of scrimmage, so go back to the previous spot, and it'll be 10 yards from there, and it'll still remain first down. A lot of penalties. That's number 8 right now for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, this is really the 3rd time they've been in the red zone, and they've only came away with points once. Penalties have killed them. That gets them all the way back out to the 33-yard line. Well, it'll be first down at 20, but the big thing here is 40 seconds to go. Alto with 1 timeout left. 8-0 your score. 40 seconds to go in the half. Alto leads it. Mitchell wants to throw, rolling right side. He wants to slip screen, goes downfield, and it's intercepted. Brought down by number 52, Guerrero, and he's got blockers. Good save of a touchdown. Good job by Clayton Scott to bring him down at the 50-yard line. He tried to lob it, but he got pressure on him. He was hit as he thrown. He was underthrowing the intended receiver, Haggerty.
Great coverage there by Guerrero. Mitchell did everything right. 33 was open, and that was Blakemore across the middle. He went down. He lined up tight end position and went down the middle about 15 yards and turned around and started fading to the sideline. And Mitchell was trying to hit him and just didn't throw it quite high enough as 52 came across there. And that was Guerrero. Man, it jumped up, caught the ball, and actually ran the ball back to midfield.
Williamson now from the gun at midfield with Peters to his right. 30 seconds to go here in the half. He's going to hand it to Peters right up the middle. Not much going. He's going to pick up about 4. But I get the feeling that Coach Fambro is just trying to get to the half, David, and keep it at a one-score game.
I agree with you right now. With the way it is right now, I think both coaches will be ready to get this unusual first half of a state championship game over with.
They get 2 yards. If I'm not mistaken, give him 3 yards. That's his biggest gain of the day. And they're not going to have to snap it again, and they're not going to. No, sir. That is going to be it for the second quarter. Alto with 8 points in the second quarter. They lead it 8-0. Keep it right here. Your halftime show brought to you by Austin Young. State Farm Insurance coming up from Midlothian. You're listening to Yellow Jacket Football right here on Y100 KYBI. It's 8-0 Alto, and a couple other runs through some stats that I've got for the Alto Yellow Jackets, and it's all been Tarlandis Mitchell, as it has been all year long. 18 rushes for 105 yards in the first half, and then you look at Gasaway, 10 for 36, Dave. Kind of got banged up there early in the second quarter, and I would say he's not 100% tonight.
No, he's not, and but I was glad to see him turn the corner a couple times and actually show a little bit of speed. But go ahead and give the stats here, and then I'll come back with some of the key remarkable replays.
Mitchell, 2 of 6 through the air for 34 yards, including a 13-yard touchdown pass to Moore there in the second quarter. Total 30 rushes for 141 yards for the Jackets, 2 of 6 through the air for 34. So 36 plays, 175 yards at the half, and that's not bad. That's where they want to get it. They've dominated, had the ball the entire first half, but the difference here is defensively they have held the Seymour Panthers to a negative 35 yards of total offense, and you can retract that back to Hayden Hollop getting knocked out of the game in the third quarter on a big sack by Clayton Scott, hurt his knee and has not been back.
Well, you hear a little music as they are entertaining the fans here at Midlothian ISD Super Complex, and it is something nice as this 2-year-old complex that holds 8,000 people. Now, it's not quite that capacity here today because of the weather, Gary, but right now the only thing we know about is the Alto Yellow Jackets are leading the Seymour Panthers 8-0.
Well, you can see how much the wind is affecting Alto. They kicked off to us to start the game, so Seymour is going to get the ball here in the third quarter and have the win. So this is a big third quarter, kind of like the first quarter was for Alto. They've elected to take the ball in the second and fourth quarters with the win. So if Alto can get by this third quarter, you got to like the smooth sailings.
Absolutely. I think that's what it was. They want to make sure that they had the win the fourth quarter. So if they can just endure the third quarter with Seymour having the win and be able to march downfield. But right now, I like the way the Yellow Jackets are playing defense.
Back deep for the Seymour Panthers. That's number 10. As my numbers are, no, that's number 40, Peters, and number 23, that's the wide receiver, Zach Harden. Normally, Holland would be back. I see him over there throwing the football. We'll see if he comes in. No, he's in street close. Onside kick, right side picked up at the 45-yard line, and that is where he is brought down. That's number 45, Garrett Holmes, bringing it in for the Panthers, and they'll start up with great field position. If they don't do something here in the third quarter, it could get away from them. This is a huge possession.
Well, they're trying to kick the ball as hard as they can. They caught the side of it. So, actually, if the ball would have hit the ground, it would have taken a real weird bounce, and we might have been able to recover that about the 42-yard line. But good coverage here by the Panthers.
Here we go. It is not Hollop. It is Williamson in the gun back. I see Hollop on the sideline with it. Toboggan, he will not be back. Williamson hands it off. No, he keeps it around the right side, and he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Oh, what a great tackle. What a great tackle. That is number 52 for the Jackets, Houston. He was everywhere last week, and he's starting here in the third quarter.
He just absolutely picked up Williamson and slung him down to the ground. Williamson held on to his helmet because he's about to be slung off, and I guarantee with the wind blowing, he would roll down the field. So he did everything he could just to hold on to his helmet.
He lost 2 yards, second down and 12. Williamson from the gun. Peter set to his right. 2 receivers split far to the right, 2 to the left. Williamson wants to throw. Down the center of the field, he throws it up for grabs, intended for Harden, and it is going to fall incomplete. Thacker on the coverage, and it looked to me like he may have been running the route.
I think so, and it's nothing more. Thacker just made sure that the wide receiver was not going to get that. Williamson did throw the ball about 45 yards, but I think that 20 yards of it was helped by the wind.
Seymour minus 35 yards total offense in the first half, and they're picking it up where they left off. -2 on this drive, starting the third quarter. Just underway here from Midlothian's Panther Stadium. Great facilities, wind blowing 30 to 40 miles an hour out of the north. It is frigid. Blitz coming from Scott right up the middle. It is picked up. Williamson wants to throw, and it's all in and out of the hands of Colin Calthorpe, and it'll be 4th down and time to punt for Seymour.
Wow, what a great arm. I wasn't sure about what Williamson could do, but boy, that time he thread the needle perfectly, and I think it surprised Calthorpe. The ball got there so fast, of course, he's going with the wind. He couldn't hold on to it.
He was open, but I don't think he was enough for a first down anyway.
It would have been close.
Mitchell drops back to his own 18-yard line. Williamson standing at his 35, wanting to punt. Good snap, no pressure. High punt, not very deep. Not a very good punt at all, but it does take a great Seymour bounce, and he'll get down to the 29-yard line. Just underway third quarter. Alto coming for their first possession, leading 8-0. We'll be back with more Alto Yellow Jacket football right here on Y100 KYBI.
Back here at Midlothian ISD, Alto Yellow Jackets just made the Panthers punt their first possession of the half.
Well, and I said 29-yard line. It might have been a 25. I distinctly apologize. It's actually the 25-yard line. So I was 12 feet off.
You know, the viewers want to know precision. It's 18.
This is the 18.
Right.
I bring the quality up. There's no doubt about that. I could be over here asleep. Second down at 10 after the short run by Mitchell. He is in the gun, takes a snap. No, that's Caswell, the direct snap, trying to get wide. He's not going to be able to do it. He does break a tackle and gets about the 26-yard line and pick up 1 yard, but it's still going to be 3rd down and 9.
Somebody has got to account for Peters. Peters is the one that is disrupting the whole sweep play that the Yellow Jackets like to run. Every time he has not been accounted for, we have barely gotten back to the line of scrimmage.
If you're just tuning in, the Seymour Panthers trail Alto 8-0. Their starting quarterback, Hayden Hollop, was knocked out of the ball game on the third play with a apparent knee injury and has not returned and does not look to be returning in the game. They have a minus 37 yards of total offense. 3rd down and 9 for Mitchell at his own 26. Mitchell on the reverse, going right side is Griffin, trying to get some blockers. He's trying to make, and he's hit hard, fumbled the ball out of bounds, back at the 18-yard line, coming up to lay the lumber. That was number 7, Colin Calthorpe, man who just dropped that last pass, Dave. He didn't drop anything right there.
No, he dropped a big hit, I'm telling you. And matter of fact, we're lucky. He fumbled the ball at the 20-yard line. The ball rolled back to the 16-yard line. And let's see where they marked the ball. He fumbled it. There it is. They marked it back. They did say he went out of bounds at the 16-yard line. So a huge play for the Panthers.
So big 4th down and about 19 to go, back on the 16.
And punting into that win.
Yeah, they are punting into the tee. Mitchell standing at his own 2-yard line.
They're coming.
They are trying to block this, baby. They got it out of there quick. Good job. It's going to hit at about the 40-yard line, take an Alto bounce to the 43, and that's a good job. He hit a low liner, got it out quick. Seymour didn't even have anybody back to catch it.
Nah, they were coming. They had 11 men at the line. Great blocking there by the Yellow Jackets to give Mitchell enough time to punt that ball out there. And actually, that wasn't too bad.
Well, you know, that's a great philosophy by Coach Frambro. They're not doing anything offensively. They get a special teams play and get back in the ball game. Great philosophy, but you got to get Mitchell and the guys up front a great job of blocking because he got it out there quick.
So the key to this series right here is still put pressure on Williamson. If we can control Williamson, they cannot get any type of rhythm for him.
Here we go. Williamson will be standing at midfield. The ball is on the 43-yard line. Peters to his right. He's got trips to the left side. Alto with 5 in the box. That's the key. They've been getting pressure with 5 in the box. Williamson wants to run right side, and he's breaks the tackle. Got the 40-yard line, a lot more. 30, 25, brought out the 20. That's going to be a face mask, but there's a holding penalty back around the line of scrimmage. So I think we're going to offsetting fouls and have this play go over again.
Yeah, he was holding on Humphreys. Humphreys would have gotten him for no yardage gain, but he was brought down. That's what delayed it. So the holding call. And this will be offsetting penalties. You got a holding call against the Panthers, and you got a face mask against the Alto Yellow Jackets, so they'll go back as 1st down, and they'll be offsetting.
Wow, that is the second big play they've had. It's going to be negated due to penalty. That is the call. It's offsetting penalties, and we will replay 1st down. But the big deal is that's their second play that's gone for over 30 yards, and neither one of them have counted.
It's a heartbreaker. But again, the reason why they're having big plays is because of the penalty.
Well, you're true. Humphreys would have made the tackle in the backfield. There's no question about it. Now at the 43-yard line, 1st down and 10 for the Panthers. 9 minutes and counting here, 3rd quarter, 8-0 Alto. Williamson takes the snap. He rolls right side. They pull the offside guard. He cuts it back. He's down inside the 40 to the 39-yard line, and he is met by a host of black shirts. Leading the way was Marquise Gassaway.
Yeah, Gassaway came from his outside linebacker position over there on the far side and cut back. And Williamson did a cut back there. He thought he saw an opening, but the speed of Gassaway closed that down fast as he only picked up about 6 yards.
2nd down and 4. At least it's positive yardage. That's their first positive yardage play this half. Williamson, 3rd down and 4, rolling right side. He wants to throw. He's got a man high. Throws it high for Harden, incomplete. Harden had a paw on it, but couldn't bring it in.
And Harden is one of his leading receivers. He has 857 yards receptions this year, an average of 14 yards per catch, and 8 touchdowns. His longest catch was 80 yards. So he is definitely a #1 receiver. He's a little tall and lanky, got decent little speed. Number 23 here on the near side.
3rd down and 4 from the 37-yard line, in between the 37-38-yard line. Williamson will be from the gun. Everybody's from the gun in this ball game this afternoon. 2 receivers split either side. Williamson's looking right for Harden. Goes down the middle, and that is almost intercepted. Mitchell had a hand on it. Thacker got a glove on it, but it falls incomplete. And it'll be 4th down and 5, and I would suspect obvious time to go for it here. You got to think, Dave, 4 down to 6 situation. Why go deep 2 times in a row?
I don't understand that. He's going for Brooks. He's doing the post pattern across there. He was definitely covered by Thacker. and Thacker had him. In fact, if Mitchell would not have probably tipped the ball away, Thacker might have intercepted the ball as well. But, you know, it definitely can see the strategy for the Panthers is get a little confidence into Williamson by letting him run a couple of times and then pass it.
Big play alert, 4th down and 5, rolling right side. Williamson throws it up, and that is right into the hands of Gasaway. They better get somebody on him. He's down the sideline. He's at the 40. He is pushed out of bounds at the 35-yard line. I don't know who he was throwing that ball to. It went right to Marquise Gasaway.
That's who he was throwing it to because there was not a Panther anywhere near there. And the ball must have been tipped or somewhere in the line of scrimmage, or it fell out on his hands because, I mean, it was so short of a near Seymour Panther. I can't believe it. And one thing I don't like seeing is Gasaway is leaping.
Well, he's been limping since the Groston game. That kid ain't coming out. He's tougher than boot leather. But you just got it. They had 3rd down and 4 there. They had ran 2 great running plays, and then they attempt 3 passing plays in a row. The 3rd one is intercepted, and Alto is in Seymour territory. 1st down and 10 at the 41. Alto, mass confusion. They don't even have enough men on the field. Finally coming in, that's number 4, Lance Lowe coming in. Mitchell in the gun will take the snap. It's bobbled. He hands it off to Haggerty or Griffin. Griffin will fall forward for about a 4-yard gain.
So far, there's been a punt, there's been a 1 touchdown, there's been a safety, and there's been 2 interceptions.
And a fumble on the opening kickoff. 7:50 to go, 3rd quarter. Alto is about halfway through, getting done with this win. And you just got to think if Seymour doesn't score in this quarter, it's going to be tough on him in the 4th and final stanza. 2nd down and 6. Mitchell from the gun. He's flanked in the backfield by Griffin and Lowe. Hands off to Lowe, right side. Lowe will be close to the sticks. I believe he's going to be about a yard short. We'll give him 5 on the game.
Yeah, just great defensive tackle there by Sagel. If he comes in and catches from behind, Lowe looks like he's going to have enough for the 1st down, but Slagle came in and caught him, and it's going to be a yard short. Nothing more than a power surge on the right-hand side behind the right guard and tackle.
That's Clayton Scott and Marino on that side. Dover to the center, Hudson Gresham left side. Mitchell now will be in the gun. Two running backs offset to his right side. That's Lowe and Griffin. He's going to keep it right behind those 2 running backs and have plenty for the 1st down. He will pick up 4 yards. And a huge 1st down for Alto to keep that clock moving.
Guerrero's been very busy along with Peters there on the defensive side of the Panthers. If Guerrero would not have made that tackle, Mitchell would have broke free for a touchdown. Again, same play, except this time handing it off to Lowe. He kept it himself for a power run.
This is the Class 1A Division I championship game. Our Alto Yellow Jackets taking on the Seymour Panthers. Alto 8, Seymour Bullets, 6:45 to go. 3rd quarter, 1st down and 10. Seymour 28-yard line. Mitchell right up the gut, picks up another 6 yards. And right now, the right side of that offensive line for Alto is blowing some people off the line of scrimmage.
They're doing a great job, and they're going to do that until they say, hey, we're going to run it until you stop us. But also, that's nothing more than setting up another play. So look for the power fake to the right-hand side and go to the opposite direction, misdirection play.
Well, I don't know. Not with these wind conditions, Pods. I have to disagree with. I think they're just going to keep running it and picking up 3 yards until you can stop it.
Well, they're doing the same thing again. Looks like a power to the right-hand side again. Let's see if they don't go to the left.
2 running backs offset to the right side of Mitchell. Same play, right side trying to bounce it outside. He's going to get down to the 22, give him the 21-yard line and pick up 2 yards. But it's going to be 3rd down and about 3.
I wish he would have stayed in and trying to kick it outside. I think he would have picked up another couple of yards and made it a lot closer. He would not have gotten the 1st down, but it would have been a whole lot closer.
Well, when you're that fast, you really sometimes think you can outrun everybody. When a play's designed to go inside, you may not get all the yards you want, but you can normally get the yards you need with that play.
Well, one thing I've noticed here about the Seymour Panthers is the fact that they do have some speed in their linebackers, and they're the ones that actually have kept the Alto Yellow Jackets from breaking it on the outside.
Well, they're playing hard. 3rd down and 3 from the 21. Mitchell set up to the right side. He's got 9 seconds left on the play clock. 2 receivers to the right. He hands this one off. That is going to be Griffin. Dance around the backfield. He gets to the 20. Well, that's a good job to get it back inside the 20-yard line to set up 4th down and 2.
Again, I wish he would have kept it inside, but they're trying to cut it to the outside, and when they do, it's just nothing but disaster. The Panthers have the outsides cut down. They keep it in the inside. I think he would have, he probably would have picked up enough for the 1st down. It's going to be A long one or a short one?
Yeah, you're right. It might be closer to 2 yards there. Gasaway back in the game for the first time on this drive. Split. Welcome back to Panther Field up at Midlothian. Sorry for that little problem, that little hitch, but while we were gone, touchdown by the Jackets. Play fake up the middle, Dave, and I'm telling you, everybody in the stadium bit on that play fake. Thacker was open down the sideline, 20-yard touchdown, Alto leads at 14-0.
You know, you said I was crazy. You said I was crazy, but maybe that might be leading into something else. But I thought, you got to be kidding me. Here it is, 4th down and 2, and they're going to go that power surge again. They fake it this time, and then Mitchell keeps it, and Thacker breaks free, and Mitchell just pushed the ball perfectly in stride to Thacker in the end zone for a 20-yard touchdown. Wow, what a great call.
Yeah, and into the wind, and you know, you make that play into the wind, and increases score to 14-0. Alto attempts to go for 2 there, whistle for another false start.
Illegal shift.
Illegal shift, so they'll be going for the 2 from the 7.
So that's where we stand right now. They're playing part 2 on the big screen over here. That Charlie Brown, Snoopy, is doing some crazy things. He's dressed up like an official, and they don't like it. It's pretty funny. Well, anyway, we're going to see here. So now it's going for 2 points from the 7-yard. 7-yard.
And people might be wondering why they're going for a 14-0 lead. I'm telling you, folks, into this 40-mile-an-hour wind, there's no chance to get a field goal from the 7. So here we go. 2 receivers to the right. That's Gasaway in motion left to right. 3 receivers far right. He wants to run. He cuts it up. He's at the 5, 4, 3. Down at the end zone. Did he get in? No. Down at the 1. Wow. That was close. That'll leave our score 14-0. 4:30 to go, third quarter. You're listening to Alto Yellow Jacket Football Championship Football right here on Y100 KYBI.
Back here at Midlothian ISD as the Alto Yellow Jackets just scored a touchdown from 20-yard pass from Mitchell Thacker, and we lead the Seymour Panthers 14-0. Gary.
Alto was whistled for a personal foul on that last play. They elected to take it on the kickoff, so we're kicking off from our own 25 into the win with 4:30 to go here in the third quarter. And when I say win, ladies and gentlemen, it is a win. Gusts have been recorded at up to 50 miles an hour. Griffin's kick is on the ground, filled at the 45. He took a knee, and he'll be whistled at the 48-yard line. And, you know, he could have at least picked up 10 more yards.
At least. He could have gotten down to that 45 and 40-yard line of the Alto Yellow Jackets, but he scooped down, make sure he got control of the ball, and his knee touched. So really not bad field position.
No, they're at midfield, and if they don't get a score here in this quarter, we can turn out the lights and bust out the bubbler. 4:30 to go here in the third quarter. They've got the win. They're not going to score twice without the win. Williamson is in the gun. 3 receivers to his right. Peters set to his left. Getting the call from Coach Frambro on the sideline. A Tarleton alum, kind of like myself. He's probably a pretty talented guy. Williamson wants to go deep. He throws it high. Almost intercepted. Falls incomplete. It'll be second down and 10.
Well, he threw that ball quicker than he wanted to because Mumphrey was definitely putting pressure. I'm going to give him a hurry on that one. Mumphrey, even though he only had 1 solo tackle today, but he also been called for 2 holding calls on him, and right there he made a hurry Williamson made the ball earlier than he wanted to.
That's the 7th play this quarter for the Panthers for a total of 4 yards, and that brings their total for yards in the game to 31 on the negative side.
They're definitely trying to get to 0.
Trips to the left side, one receiver to the right, and that's Harden. That's who wants to get the ball to. Rolling right side, Harden's one-on-one with Thacker. Runs an out route, and it is almost caught. Good hands there by Harden, but it falls down to the ground. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, you can tell. It just. I'm sorry, folks. I mean, I don't care. Williamson might be a pretty good little backup quarterback, but I don't care who it is. You cannot throw with this wind. I think you're actually better off throwing into it than with it.
Well, not only that is a factor, but they're not used to it. I mean, say what you want about 1A football. You go up in Region 1 and Region 2, you can get things done. When you come down to big boy football in Region 3, you better have some speed on the grass.
Absolutely not. They can pass. They've got 1,900 yards of passing this year.
3rd down and 10 from their own 48. Williamson rolling again to the right side. He is under duress. Gets out of traffic. Up, steps up, throws it in the pocket. Oh, great reception down at the 38-yard line, and that is Harden. He kind of scrambled, bought some time, and Harden on the crossing route finally got free for his first reception of the game, and that'll go down for 24-yard gain.
Wow, how did he miss Williamson? It looked like it's all-out blitz. We had him rolling out to the near side. Looked like it was going to be about 7 to 10-yard loss, and somehow he went through, been avoided, untouched, and then made a 20-yard pass.
That saves the game momentarily. Alto leads at 14-0. 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. And it looks to me the ball is blown.
Yeah.
I mean, the wind, I would say I've never been around wind blowing this hard, but I have. But it is howling. Out of the north, frigid. Williamson gets the snap, looks right side, he's looking for Harden again, he's flush from the pocket. He's not going to escape this time. Coming up for the sack, and that's the big man, DeMarcus Griffin, brings him down for about a 6-yard loss.
That's Griffin's 4th sack of the year, and boy, it came at a great time. As a matter of fact, he was one of the ones, him and Haggerty were coming in last time, and somehow they missed him.
Well, the key is, you can say what you want about the quarterback going out Holland on the 3rd play of the game, but we're only got 5 in the box, and we're getting all kind of pressure in Williamson. That's where the game's being won right now.
And look what we're doing. We got Mumphrey right in the center, and our 2 other defensive linemen are way outside on the tackle.
3 down linemen and 2 linebackers, and they're getting pressure. Coming right side, Williamson flushed again. DeMarcus Griffin is all over him again, I believe. Unfortunately, they're either going to get a holding, or is that going to be a face mask?
It's going to be a face mask, I'm afraid. I think it's a 5-yard incidental face mask is going to come on top of that.
Boy, Griffin sacked him all the way back at the Seymour 49-yard line, but you're right. Is it going to be the intentional foul? The incidental is the only thing we'll be looking for.
That's his 2nd consecutive sack. That's his 5th, fifth.
Just a 5-yard variety, because that comes with an automatic 1st down, I believe.
Yep.
So instead of 3rd down, and let's just say a long ways to go, they're going to call that a personal foul, Dave.
It happened behind the line of scrimmage, so it goes back to the previous spot, 5 yards.
Okay. So instead of 3rd down and 30 back at their own 49-yard line, it's going to be 1st down and 12.
Second. It come with the on that 1st down.
Okay, it'll remain 2nd down and about 12. So not that it's a big deal, but not as big as we thought.
Yeah.
Williamson in the gun. Peters is set to his right, trips to his left. He wanted to do a rollout right side, steps up in the pocket, fires it for Harden, but it is high and it goes incomplete.
Boy, Harden is getting frustrated. He is open. Harden is getting open, and of course he can make a catch. He's not going anywhere after he makes the catch, but these little 5- and 7-yard passes is what they do. As a matter of fact, their average catch is only for 13 yards. I mean, actually, I'm sorry, the average per catch is only 7 yards. Well, so they just kind of nick and tuck everywhere down the field.
And Harden runs great routes. I mean, he's been open, but Williamson, unlike Hollop, cannot get him the ball. Again, Hollop knocked out of the ball game on the 3rd play of the game. 3rd down and 12. Williamson again rolling right side, has to throw it quickly, and that's high, can be picked off, and it is. Brought down is Mitchell down the right side, looking for some blockers. Back to the left, hit hard at the 30, keeps his feet, rolls out to the 32-yard line, and I don't know now, but I'm ready to partay. Dixon Furniture, where is your rocking chair?
Woo! Here we go, folks. What, that time it's just nothing more. He's trying to accommodate for the win, and he just overshot. And Mitchell, a great quarterback, knows about that. He just sits back and plays safety. He's just kind of freelancing about back there and watches the eyes of what Williamson is trying to do. And that time the ball just overshot the receiver.
Alto 2 turnovers in the first half. Seymour with 2 here. 2 interceptions, one by Gasaway and now Mitchell. 2:39. If they can get a first down right here, run this clock out for the third quarter, I'll be honest with you, I think it's time to say sayonara.
I think that they'll score this possession, they will.
Mitchell from the gun, 2 receivers to his right, 2 backs in the back, but hands it off to Gasaway on the right side. He'll be up to the 30-yard line. I don't even know if he got back to the line of scrimmage. He was hit hard up the middle. That's number 66 with his first tackle of the night for the Seymour Panthers, and that's Hunter Hendrick.
Well, that's Mitchell's 6th interception of the season, and that's what he does best, is basically sit right back there, and the only one that comes close to him as interception is Thacker, and he has 4 for the season.
Moore comes in with a play, and Gasaway limping back off. And, he hasn't been healthy since the Groveton game.
No, he has not. He ran decent the other night against Joaquin, but right now you can definitely tell that he's been aggravated.
2 backs in the backfield. On the right side is Griffin, left side is Lowe. 2nd down and 10.
Changing the play.
Mitchell changes the play at the line of scrimmage. Takes the snap, keeps it, rolls right side, trying to bounce it outside. He's going to pick up about 6-7 yards. Doesn't look like much, but with his power and speed, he picks up 7 with nothing doing.
One thing about these Panthers as well, they make good tackles. When they hit you, they definitely wrap up. So well coached and well deserving to be here in the state championship game here in Midlothian. If we're looking at the big screen, as Guerrero has been all over the field, as well as Peters making a lot of tackles today for the Panthers.
Alto going for the 28th straight win, have not lost a game since they came to the 1A ranks. That's remarkable.
I think they're tied with a 6-man team or something like that for how many straight in the state of Texas.
Wow, 1 minute to go here in the third quarter. 3rd down and about 3. Mitchell with 2 running backs set to his right side. It's that power play to the right, and he's got yardage. Cross the 40, give him the 42. Picks up 5 and another first down for the Jackets, and that's going to get it. We're going to run one more play and be through the third quarter.
That's great blocking on the right-hand side as Mitchell gives the signal first down. He didn't wait for the referee to give it. He gave it. So a little enthusiasm right there. As we also know, you mentioned earlier who's here in the stands this last year's, couple of last year's
Oh, yeah,
players.
I see Tyson and Tarcellus Mitchell down there. I see Lofton, all the big boys that were on maybe the best 1A football team ever assembled last year. I mean, they really beat up on everybody they played. I mean, this team's doing about the same thing other than the Groveton game in the second week of the playoffs. They hadn't had much problem. 30 seconds to go here, third quarter. Mitchell will keep it over the right side. He's going to be brought down at the line of scrimmage by Peters again. Peters playing with a lot of heart and a lot of emotion, but if they don't get something going offensively, it's going to be all for naught.
I know it. That's basically it. If this had been nationally broadcast, and then offensive, defensive player of the game, you definitely probably have Mitchell right now, the offensive player of the game. The defensive player would probably be Peters.
He's done a great job, and that's going to get us through the third quarter of play. The Alto Yellow Jackets 1 quarter away from back-to-back state championships. It's Alto 14, Seymour 0. You're listening to Alto Yellow Jacket football right here on Y100 KYBI.
Yellow Jackets lead the Seymour Panthers. We have 1 more quarter to go. Alto 14, Seymour 0.
Get the trophy case ready. Alto 1 more quarter, and we're bringing home the gold.
I ain't saying, but I'm saying.
Get out the rocking chair. 2 receivers to his right, 2 backs to his right. Mitchell's going to keep it, trying to get a first down. He's across midfield, give him the 49. He will pick up 7, set up 3rd down and 2. Seymour in that third quarter pass 13 plays for 22 yards. Well, that was a great offensive output considering it was negative 35 yards in the first half.
Right now they definitely have found something, a weakness there in the Panther defensive scheme. It's over here on the right-hand side, and they've been, I would say 80% of the plays have come on the right-hand side this half.
Well, the weakness is they're getting steamrolled because up front, Alto is getting her done. That is Gresham, Hudson, Dover, Scott, and Moreno. 3rd down and 2 from the 50. Mitchell keep it again. He's got the 48-yard line. Boy, that's going to be close, Dave. I don't think he got it. He would have got it, but he tripped.
Yeah, he tripped over Griffin. Griffin feels bad, and Mitchell turns around and looks at him. They kind of look like, I'm sorry, I know, I should, but it looks like it's going to be about a yard short.
Yeah, he picks up right at a yard, so the fourth down is very short, and without even thinking, Coach Gardner says, let's go, boys.
Yep, they brought in Green. Green comes in the slot position.
This could be a momentum changer here. It's fourth down and 1. I would stack the line and make them throw. Of course, they threw a touchdown pass the last time they converted fourth down. 2 receivers to the right, 2 running backs stacked to the right. Direct snap to Mitchell. Breaks it outside. He's got the first down. Inside the 40, brought down to the 38-yard line. He'll pick up 11 and a first down.
That's a great read there by Mitchell. And Seymour Panthers thought he was going to try to pick up the first down, run to the middle, so they all block to the middle part, and he kicks it to the outside. Gets a great block there by Green and Thacker downfield, and he's able to bring it down into about the 37, 38-yard line of the Panthers.
Hadn't been long conversions day, but Alto 5 of 5 on fourth down conversions day, including that 20-yard touchdown pass back in the third quarter.
Panthers have really had no answer to the running game of the Yellow Jackets.
No, they have not had an answer. 2 receivers to the right. Slot is low. In the backfield, that's number 7, Griffin. Handoff, Griffin left side. Coming through is Peters again. He'll bring Griffin down for a 2-yard loss.
Peters, and right there to help him out is Guerrero. Those 2 names we mentioned all day long. And I'm telling you, Peters is very, very athletic and very good at the middle linebacker position. He is not being accounted for, or he is just totally being moving around when no one's able to pick him up.
Well, I don't have an all-state vote, but I should. And if I did, he would be at the top of the list because this kid has played out of his mind today.
Yeah, and the biggest play offensively has been to him. Unfortunately, he came back with a holding call.
Second down and 12 for the Jackets now. Mitchell standing at his own 45-yard line. The ball's at the 40. It'll be second and 12. Mitchell keeps it around the right side, and they bid on the plate. This could be a big yardage. Up to the 40, 35, breaks the tackle inside the 30, down to the 26-yard line. That's a big play as he picks up 14 on the rush.
I was wondering when they're going to start running that misdirection play, and that time it's just the Panthers bid on it big time. He could have cut it back upfield earlier or took it to the numbers, which he did, and able to bring it down to the 26-yard line of the Panthers. Great blocking again by the Yellow Jackets there on the line.
Yeah, and that's his 27th rush for right at 150 yards for Mitchell. Also, he's 3 of 7 through the air for 64 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Noted Gasaway is still on the sideline.
Yes, he is. 2 receivers split to the left. He's flanked in the backfield. That's by number 4, Lowe, and Griffin. Handoff to Lowe up the middle. He'll get down to the 25-yard line. We'll give him a yard, second down and 9.
That's Warren coming in from the tackle position. Made a great tackle on Lowe, because if he did not, Lowe would have been able to pick up about 5 or 6 yards right the middle, right over the right guard. Good defensive play. Haven't seen that all day from him.
Well, Alto leads at 14-0, and this time is just melting away. We're at 8:40 to go in the ball game, ladies and gentlemen. The ball game, 8.5 minutes before Alto brings home another state championship.
It all boils down to this one game in the very first part of the very first game. First practice there in August is now come down to 8 minutes and 25 seconds.
Here we go. They got to hurry. I don't think they're going to get the playoff, and they just do. Mitchell, no, they did not. It's flowed dead. That'll be a delay of the game. Or did they get a timeout? Yeah, there's a flag out there wide. Or did they get the TO?
No, got timeout.
They did get a timeout. We'll take it with them. Alto, and the countdown is on to back-to-back state championships. It's 14-0 Alto, 8:19 remaining. We'll be back. Or, either way, you're listening to Alto Yellow Jacket Football right here on Y100. KYBI.
Yes, sirree. 8:19 left to go in this state championship 1A classification as the Alto Yellow Jackets lead the Seymour Panthers 14-0.
1 quarter away, Pods.
1 quarter, half a quarter.
Half a quarter.
Here we go.
Here we go. Second down and 9 from the 25-yard line. Lowe and Griffin offset to the right of Mitchell. He wants to keep it dancing outside. He can be brought down behind the line of scrimmage. And again, Peters is everywhere. This is a man-child.
Unbelievable. He's not overly big. What are the stats on Peters? He's 6 foot 180. That's decent size. He is a senior. But he's got great speed.
He's the heart and soul of this ball club.
Yes, he is.
And again, Hayden Hollivan, you hate to see it, was the star quarterback for the Seymour Panthers. Talking to Coach Frambro, He can throw it and run. He's dual threat, 1,800 yards both ways through the air and on the ground. He was sacked on the third play of the game by Scott and has not returned since.
You just hate to see it when it comes down to the last game. You want to see,
best on best.
No asterisks, we don't know asterisks because we're talking about that in Major League Baseball.
Boy, and Alto has to take another timeout. Mitchell did not like what he saw.
No, he didn't.
How about an instant update? What do you think?
That sounds good.
Let's send it back to the station of the great Lane Geedy with an O.T. Allen and Son instant update.
Well, in the 5A Division 2, it is going to be, right now, looks like it's going to be Katy against Pflugerville. Pflugerville winning in overtime 20-14, and Katy was leading 35-14 over San Antonio Madison. At last report at Homer Bryce Stadium, 14-7, Maud was leading Bremond in that Class A Division II semifinal game.
Thank you, Lane Geedy. I think I might have caught him off guard there,
I think he did there. Hey, is the wind still blowing down there in Lufkin?
I tell you what, it's about 25-30 miles an hour when I step outside the door. It just wants to knock you right back inside the building.
That's nothing compared to what you're
So after the false of the delay of the game, 3rd down and 14, the fake on the run. He wants to throw to Blake Moore. Did he bring that down?
He did.
Oh, my, what a catch.
Woo! He
threw it behind the right shoulder of Blake Moore, and at the 15-yard line, he brings it down. That goes down as a 17-yard completion. Move the sticks and break out the ice as we put this one to bed, Podge.
Yeah, I didn't think he was going to actually pass it because he was well covered. As he threw the ball high, Blakemore goes up. As he went up, his legs were being cut out from underneath him. As he was falling backwards, he brings the ball in.
1st down and 10 at the 15, just inside the 15, make it the 14-yard line. Mitchell under, Snoke from the gun. Hands it off to Lowe up the middle. He's at the 5, inside to the 4. It'll be 1st and goal for the Jackets. Great blocking on the left side of that line by Dover and Hudson. They cleared it out, and Lowe hit up there and picked up about 10 yards.
Boy, I thought he was going to break that last tackle and go on in for a touchdown, and that definitely will be turn out the lights.
Boy, if you'll see that, Dover got his man, and Hudson got the down lineman and going right up there in the middle. That was Griffin. He kicked out the linebacker, and that allowed Lowe to pick up the 10 yards. 6:20 to go. The countdown is on, my friends.
Yes, it is. You got Green in now. He goes to the far side slot position right underneath Thacker.
Lowe to the left of Mitchell. Griffin to the right. Mitchell from the gun, from the 4-yard line. Hands it off to Lowe, up the middle. Touchdown, Alto! Here we go, 20-0. 6:05 to go. Alto is in the house, 20 to bullet.
Same play. Same exact play, and Lowe just falls right there behind the center. Dover and also the left tackle. And it just left guard and just falls right on in. Just perfect.
Lowe, a 3-year starter. You could tell Coach Gardner wanted to get him in the end zone. What a great job. Lance Lowe, an all-state linebacker, gets into the end zone. And Alto now, you can party in East Texas. We're bringing a ball home, and it's going to be a big one.
Two-peat.
Let's go back to back. Two-peat sounds very feminine.
No, it doesn't.
Going to go for 2. Fake the reverse, going right side, and Griffin will walk in. And I mean walk in. Our new score, Alto 22, Seymour House, 6:05 to go. You're listening to Alto Yellow Jacket football right here on Y100 KYBI.
Back here in Midlothian, Texas, as the Alto Yellow Jackets just went in with a 6-yard run by Lowe, 2-point conversion by Griffin. Alto leads Seymour 22-0.
I know my main man back in Lufkin, Nathan Edwards, listening to this ball game, and you can go on and start partying, Pod. Alto's coming on with the state championship. Crisp with the kick, fielded by Peters at the 10, and his knee hit the ground, and when it rains, it pours.
Again, a low kick, and they go down to secure the catch, and their knees touching the ground. So, again, they lost a good 15, 20 yards there.
Man, 6:02 to go, 22-0. You know, the score is not going to indicate, however, how close this ball game was.
It really was. It started out really strange as Alto opened up and fumbled on the opening kickoff. Seymour ran 4 plays and actually lost yardage. And then Alto So the whole first quarter got down to the 20-yard line, and that was it. First quarter.
They got a new quarterback in. That's Ronald Penner. Penner's going to take the direct snap off the right side, and boy, actually that goes to Peters. Peters got an alley 25 out to the 30. Penner was the flag. That's going to be a late hit on Alto. I don't see a flag.
Where is the flag?
He's marked out the 32-yard line, picks up 22 yards. He was definitely hit out of bounds, no flag.
Well, I guess they're saying he got hit and rolled out, and then he just kind of continuation of the play. So I'm really shocked the fact that they didn't throw a flag on that because I won't say it's warranted, but it could have gone that way.
So Penner now comes in. Are they going to put Peters at the quarterback position?
Peters in quarterback position because now they're just going to run. Also, who else is back there?
21's Penner. Peters is the quarterback, and Penner's the running back set to the right side. Direct snap to Peters. He's going to run it again. Right up the middle. Picks up a couple. I mean, you might say, why didn't they do this all game? But it's not going to be a deal that works on the long haul.
Yeah, the run, all it does is it favors us. It favors us because running is going to run the clock. It takes more time. We're going to definitely stop the run. Now, if he can come out and throw some, that might be something extra.
Well, and you talk about Hollins going out. Not only does it cost him the quarterback, it cost him the third receiver as he had to go to quarterback. So it really hit everywhere. Peters running the gun, running to the right side now. Gets some yardage, cuts it up to about the 43-yard line, and very close to another first down. But he's going to set his knees down at the 40. Yeah. So they're actually going to give him only 3 yards. It'll be third down and 3.
Another thing about this also, Gary, is the fact how long can this boy, with much as he's played today, on both sides of the ball, many tackles he's made defensively. Now he's having to run the ball on every play. How much more energy does he have?
4:50 to go in the ball game. Alto leads it 22-0.
Cheerleaders are having a good time. They're on the sideline.
It's a lot colder on the far side than it is this side, I promise you that. Third down and 3. Direct snap to Peters. He wants to throw this one. Drops back, throws it up into the wind and up for grabs, and that is almost intercepted, but it falls incomplete. It'll be fourth down.
Well, if Thacker would not have looked at Williamson, who's playing a wide receiver now, if he was just paying attention to the ball, he would have dove for the ball and caught it, but he was afraid he was going to be hit. It's not like Thacker, but he was. I guarantee you he was looking at Williamson coming up the lower blow on him.
I go back to the third quarter when it was still 7-0, 8-0. They ran it down there pretty good. It was second down and 3, and they threw 3 straight passes, and the third one was intercepted, and that's where the thing has got away from it.
Yep, sure has, and kind of questionable because what it did was Williamson, who was then the backup quarterback, had been playing, started running the ball, and actually ran it okay.
Well, it doesn't look good for another East Texas school right now. In the Class 3 Division I state championship at halftime, Liberty Hill all over Gilmer, 25-7 at Floyd Casey Stadium in Waco.
Thank you, Lane Go Dave. I told you coming up, Liberty Hill's the real deal. I saw them play against Crockett last year, and they had 16 starters come back off a state championship squad last year.
Yeah, we did talk about that. You were right. They're just unbelievable, the offense they run.
That is Peters, and he will fall forward. Did he get the first down? I believe he did. Good, hard running by Peters. It's a deal that right now they're getting yardage, but again, the game's out of control. Alto's not in a prevent. They're not quite as up on the line as they were, so that's why you get a little running room here for Peters here in the fourth quarter.
And again, the main thing is right now, starting the clock. There's the official right now for the first down, setting the chains. Clock is running at 4:25.
2 receivers out here wide, but they're not even looking to run. Peters going to be brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Good job there by Griffin. And Griffin's going to be hit for a late flag right there, but I don't know if I agree with that.
Now, that one I don't agree with. The one earlier we talked about should have been. That one was definitely a continuation. And I don't know what happened unless it was a face mask.
Yeah, that's a personal foul call. I don't agree with it. Griffin was on his back as he went out of bounds and kind of rolled over, and they're saying that might go against Seymour. I didn't see what happened, but that's a late hit on Alto. That is not a good call.
Let's see. I've got the binoculars on him. That referee has the phone running. You got dead ball, personal foul.
It is against Alto. That looks awful.
I don't understand it.
Yeah, that's gonna get him all the way into Alto territory for only the second time tonight. Down into the Alto Yellow Jacket 40-yard line. We'll be first and 10 with 4:13 to go. And all that did was kind of fire up Alto.
We got timeout.
Yeah, Coach Gardner wants a timeout, I think.
Yes.
Yes, he does. We will take it with him. Alto 4 minutes and 13 seconds away from celebrating another state championship. You're listening to Yellow Jacket football right here on Y100 KYBI.
Back here at Midlothian ISD, we're in a timeout as I'm watching Coach Gardner talking to the referee, playing why that 15-yard penalty. He's saying that as they were riding out of bounds, when they were definitely out of bounds, they grabbed the player and actually threw him down more and instead of just letting him go, and so that's what drew the flag.
I don't know that.
I know it, but anyway, here we are, 4-13, Alto leads 22-0.
Peters from the gun. He's got two receivers to his right. This is the third quarterback of the night for Seymour. Peters takes the snap. He's going to run. Bounces it out right side. He's got an alley. Give him the 35-yard line. He'll pick up 5.
There's a flag.
Who is that going to be on us too?
No, that's against Panthers number 56. That's a late hit in the back, everything else. They can call block in the back or a late hit or whatever.
Yeah, it's getting a little, I don't want to say fisticuffs because it's really not like that. Alto's dominated this game from the outset, and they're going to be doctored a personal foul right there.
Yeah, it depends on how it's going to be called. You know, they can call it a block in the back, or they could call it a dead ball. They call it a dead ball, personal foul. Yep. It could have gone either way, but personally, I would have called it a personal foul as well.
Looks like there may be a little jibber-jabbering going on out there, and me being the master of the jibber-jabber, I don't think I'd be jibber-jabbering when I'm getting beat 22 bullets.
No, not right now. That was definitely unnecessary. That's by the right tackle of the Panthers.
So here we go. It'll be second down and 25 now. Actually, I think it should still be first down, shouldn't it?
No.
Peters will take the direct snap, roll right side. And he's going to be hit hard. Humphreys cleans him up, but Clayton Scott got there first.
Yeah.
He'll pick up 3 yards.
I don't think I won't. Scott had him wrapped up in his legs, and he was still standing up, and here comes Humphreys. I do not think I want to be standing with Humphreys coming my direction.
Scott, the reigning 1A Defensive Player of the Year, and I don't see any problems why he wouldn't repeat as that either.
Linebackers between Scott and Lowe, I don't think they're any better besides maybe Peterborough here.
Third down and a bunch. They hand this one off to Penner, and he is absolutely hammered. That is number 20, Moore, with a touchdown reception in the second quarter. He brings the lumber and just erupts a woodshed on the 45-yard line on top of Penner's noggin.
That is a picture for a tackle, and you sit there wait, and he explodes. Don't let the running back come to him. He explodes to him and just sit him sideways. And I don't think I've seen Peters fall sideways or backwards at all today.
Wow. I thought it should be third down, but the markers say that it's fourth down and about 15.
I'm heading down, boy.
Oh, you're going down.
I'm going down. Take the frigid cold.
All right, man.
Leave it up to you.
We'll bundle up. Fourth down and 15. Handoff. Reverse. He wants to throw. Harden throws it up for grabs. It's intercepted by Lowe. And that, my friends, may do it. Lowe interceptions on the 40-yard line. The kid has played an exceptional game today. Interceptions. He's made fumbles. He's got touchdowns. Wow. Alto leads at 22-0. 2:32 before the Glory Land. We'll take a quick break. You're listening to Alto Yellow Jacket Football Y100 KYBI. Welcome back to Glory Road. The Alto Yellow Jackets 2:19 and counting before adding more trophies to the case back in East Texas. Lowe takes the first play right side for 2 yards. It'll be second down and 8, and the countdown is on to the Yellow Jackets' second straight state championship. Alto, boy, unbelievable. 22-0. Mitchell from the gun. Takes the snap, hands it off right side to Griffin. Griffin passes the 45-yard line, give him the 46. He picks up 6 yards, and it'll be third down and 3. Make it 2. As McKevin will be down for our post-game show coming up in about 1 minute, 35 seconds. Post-game show brought to you by Alto Tire and Adjustment. And alignment, excuse me. Boy, just you talk about dominance, and Alto has done it throughout these playoffs. They had a test by the Indians of Groveton in round 2, but ever since then, it has been Route City. 1:15 remaining. Third down and 3. Mitchell hands it off to Lowe. Lowe turning those feet up to midfield, giving 4 yards and a first down. And the Alto Yellow Jackets can now find victory formation. 106, clock stopped as they move the chains. And you talk about teams that win back-to-back championships, it doesn't happen very often. Tatum will go for a three-peat tonight. Alto will have a two-peat or a back-to-back here in a moment. Mitchell will be in victory formation. The deep back is Griffin. 50 seconds and counting. Two knees and that'll do it. Mitchell will take a knee. One more and that will be it. Alto Tire and Alignment post-game show coming up in a moment. We'll have the victorious Coach Keith Gardner. We will have interviews from players. We'll have your post-game stats. Keep it right here. And I don't think we'll have to snap it again. Players on the sideline are celebrating. Hugs, kisses. 15 seconds and rolling. Alto. Seconds away. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alto has done it. Back-to-back state championship. 22. Seymour 0. Dominant defense is all you can say about it. Keep it right here on Y100. We'll be back with your Alto Tire and Alignment post-game show right after this. Welcome back to Midlothian Panther Stadium, where the Alto Yellow Jackets have just won their second straight state championship. Well, I wanted to take time to do our Alto Nursing Home Players of the Game, David, and I had a lot of, there's no question offensively, just with the things that Tarlandis Mitchell does, he's got to be your offensive player. 29 rushes for 161 yards, and through the air, 4 of 8, only had to throw it 8 times, 71 yards, the 2 touchdown passes, so there's no doubt that our Alto Nursing Home player of the game on the offensive side of the ball is Tarlandis Mitchell. Now, I know we would say on the defensive side we could go with Peters for Seymour, but I'm not going for Seymour. No. We want to stay championship with Alto. So on the defensive side for the Jackets, I had 2 names that I thought we called a lot, but without looking at my sheet, who did you come up with?
Well, basically what I'm looking at, I thought very last, Griffin came up with a couple of key sacks. I think he played a great game, but other than that, you know, you also had Mitchell had an interception, but you also had offensive player game. You got Scott, and you have Lowe. So,
well, I was going to go a 3-way today. I really thought that the linebackers for Alto, as they've done all year, Lance Lowe and Clayton Scott have been phenomenal. But you mentioned the big sacks by Griffin, and not only were they were big when the game was still on the line at 7, at 8-0, 14-0. He made 2 sacks back-to-back that really put the game on ice. So for your Alto Nursing Home Players of the game on the defensive side of the ball, I got DeMarcus Griffin, Clayton Scott, and Lance Lowe.
I agree.
Welcome back to Seymour's, not home field, but they wish they were at home because it's going to be a long bus ride back for the Panthers. We're at Midlothian's Panther Stadium, where the Alto Yellow Jackets have just won back-to-back state championships. Here in your post-game report brought to you by Alto Tire and Alignment. And we've got David McKelvin on the sideline. He'll have Coach Gardner coming up in a matter of moments. We will talk to Gassaway. We'll talk to Mitchell, all the big boys. Lance Lowe played huge. Looking at a few post-game stats, Tarlandis Mitchell was absolutely unbelievable. 29 rushes on the ground for 161 yards. Through the air, he was 4 of 8 for 71 yards and 2 touchdowns. In the second half, he was 2 of 2, 37 yards and the touchdown. On the ground, Gassaway banged up, but he did the best he could. 11 rushes for 37 yards. Lance Lowe, 7 rushes, 29 yards, including the 4-yard touchdown run there to put the game on ice. Looking at receiving-wise, it was Stacker with a 20-yard reception for a touchdown in the third quarter, and Moore in the second quarter. He got the scoring going with a 13-yard touchdown reception for Mitchell. They got the block punt and really ran off. Your scoring summary brought to you by Jim Ulrich Motors, your drive to perfection. Scoring summary started in the second quarter, and that was when you had the touchdown pass from Moore to Mitchell of 36 yards for the score. The extra point run was no good, 6-0. A little bit later, it was bad. They got a big reception, a big yardage out across midfield, but it was brought back by holding. Did Seymour, backed him up to the 10-yard line. bad snap, sack in the end zone, safety for Alto made it 18-0. After that kick, a couple more plays, and right before the half, with 4:30 to go in the second quarter, it was a 20-yard touchdown strike to Thacker from Mitchell, and that got the score going at 14-0. A late run by the big man, Lowe, at the end of the game, and that is your complete score, 22-0. Way to go, Jackets, back-to-back state champions. We got David McKelvin on the sideline. Has he rallied anybody else up yet, Coach?
Well, there's a big crowd down there. Everybody's congratulatory and celebrating, and the state championship trophy has been awarded to Coach Key. And now maybe they just huddled up, and you heard a little chant there, and now maybe sideline guy can get some words with the coach. Maybe one of the players. Go ahead.
Well, I'm trying to see. I see him right there now. He's trying to get a couple players rallied up. They give the trophy presentation to the runners-up. That's the Seymour Panthers. Coach Frambrough's squad did a great job this year, a great season. Nothing to hang your heads about, but we'll head down to Coach.
Guys up here now, we do. I have a very emotional and very exciting Coach Gardner here. Coach, are there any words right now can you explain how you feel right now with 22-0 here at the state championship on this very frigid and windy afternoon?
Well, JP, thanks a bunch. You know, it's an emotional win. You know, it's hard to describe it, but you know, winning one state championship is, you know, hard to do for anybody to do. You know, God has blessed us. You know, got a great group of kids, great senior leadership. I love these guys, and you know, I'm just so happy for them right now. I'm just so happy for them.
It is very exciting, especially coming back. You know, this team, you know, didn't have the size that it had last year and everything, but definitely you can see the ability and the determination. You can see that they wanted to do it again.
Well, you know, that's why I'm so emotional right now. You know, these guys have battled and overcome a lot. You know, we're undersized for a football team. But our heart is bigger than Texas, and I tell you, the kids, you know, we battled through it tonight. You know, we wanted to come in and throw the football, but it was a little too windy to put the ball up in the air. But you know, the kids battled. We had some injuries. I'm so happy and proud of those guys. I love my coaches. I love my kids, and love Alto.
You gotta love Alto and the fans here. You know, they're definitely be here to support. And you talk about, you know, throwing it too much, but I tell you, he had a great pass there. What a great call on 4th down when Mitchell threw the pass to Thacker there for a touchdown. What a great call.
Well, I'll tell you what, you know, he has something to do with that. He said, Coach, I can get the ball there if you want me to throw it. And we said, hey, let's go. Let's throw it. And he put the ball on the money. And, you know, like I said earlier, I love these guys, and it's great. I want to say hello to my grandmother, too. Lucille Brumley is at home. She didn't get to come to the ball game. A little too far, a little too cold. But, Granny, I love you, too. And I appreciate everything.
Oh, you bet. Now, let's get back to the football game here just a little bit and everything. You know, the wind definitely played a factor on that. But really, they really did not have an answer for your running game, did they?
The kids played hard. You know, offensive lineman blocked or running backs blocked. And, you know, you can only have one ball carrier at a time. And the guys understand that. They understand their role. They go out and they'll do what it takes to win the ball game. And, you know, I'm proud of all these guys. And, you know, our backups, our special teams, the whole show. You know, it takes a total team effort, and, you know, the kids definitely did their job. The coaches definitely did theirs, and I'm just so proud and happy to be a part of it.
They did. Now, you know, open up here, which we don't want to talk about anybody being an injury thing, but how big a factor was it for their starting quarterback to go out during their first series?
Well, I tell you, that was huge. You know, the kid's a great athlete. There's no doubt about it. And, you know, we wanted to win the football game, but you know, on the other competitive side, you want him to be out there whenever that happens. You know, Seymour lost him early, you know, first drive, but, you know, that kid, you know, their team continued to battle and, you know, make us earn everything we got today. And, you know, my hat's off to them. They're an excellent ball club. Coach Frambrough does a great job with them. And, you know, I'm just so thankful and happy for our kids.
It is. And I would think basically the most bizarre first quarter that I think I've ever seen is the fact that the Seymour only had 4 plays in the first quarter, and y'all ran the clock out. I don't think I've ever seen an Alto Yellow Jacket team take the whole first quarter and not even score. It was unbelievable.
Well, that's, you know, that's what we want to do. We want to be patient. And,
right.
You know, it's nice to score in 1-play drives, 2-play drives, but the game of football always doesn't work that way for you. You know, you want to move the sticks and we were able to do that in the first quarter and throughout the ball game too. You know, it didn't have a whole lot of big plays, but you know we took care of it when we had it and moved the football.
Well, one last question, quick. How is Gassaway? We saw him limping quite a bit there in the second half. And everything. Is he okay?
He's limping. You know, you got to love Pee Wee. You know, he's been injured all year. He's going to have surgery. You know, he's got an ankle problem and knee problem, and you know, that was way back in district time whenever that occurred, and he's going to be all right. He'll go in, he'll have a little minor surgery, a little arthroscopic surgery, and he'll be all right. The kid got a big heart, you know, and he's just one of the Yellow Jackets that, you know, that prove that. You know, he's one of those guys that go out and do what it takes to win the ball game.
Well, I tell you, we are very excited here at Yates Broadcasting to cover Alto Yellow Jacket football. It's been a blessing. It's been a great, great run with you. 2 in a row. Let's make it 3. What do you think?
Well, I'll tell you what, we want to enjoy this one for a little while and go eat some steak and shrimp, and then we'll start thinking about that.
You got to be careful going home. And I tell you what, I know you want to go celebrate, and you got a lot of hugs and kisses from everybody.